Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mythos Monday. This is the continuation of our Edge of the Earth campaign.
I'm super excited for it, too.
If you weren't here last time, well, you're at the wrong video. But you're welcome anyway.
Start over.
You know, some people like to start in the middle of things. I don't know. That'd drive me crazy.
Really? You're the kind of person that I would think, this is a guy who doesn't care about the rules. You know, he's like an experiential guy, just diving in the middle of it. But no, you want to start at the front. Huh?
Chronology matters to me.
Okay.
Order of events. You know,
we're learning more every day.
Dates and such. But I think I would be more likely to be the person that's randomly like, let's dive into this crazy long series of content randomly. Not so much like, let's watch random I'm not chaos.
You're not chaos.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we're back.
Star Wars started in the middle.
We're back on ye old audio delay. So you know what? I've got a trick for this now.
Oh, we have audio issues.
Well, they're not issues so much as features these days.
You can turn a bug into a feature. You've accomplished a great feat.
Check this out.
Ben saying no audio from me.
Well, that's just not possible.
The red tyrant saying try to refresh it, fixed it for me.
Audio is definitely working for me.
Well, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, right. And then I need to figure out how to get my deck so that I
don't die.
So I don't die to my arm injury.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go fishing for some cards, I know. In case you weren't with us last time, Steven has a weakness that made his deck basically do nothing.
Isn't it amazing how Arkham can do that, you know? Where, like, suddenly it's just like, by the way, we're going to develop a weakness that seems pretty okay on its face and will utterly destroy the deck that you just built. It's just amazing to do it. Like, one time I was running a very high money, like, rogue deck, and the random weakness, I just like, I'll put in random weakness, lose all your money.
Yeah.
It's like
and all the cards that say, like, if you have at least 10 money, do this crazy thing.
We should just do the thing where we pick the basic weaknesses in our deck instead of get them randomly.
Pick them to make them negligible, or pick them to make them very horrible for us?
I feel like maybe the best system is have 3, and then your friend picks the one. So, like, you know, you have to be able to mark off the ones that are just too devastating. They make the game too hard for your character. But then you can also let your friend, like, make sure that you get the worst one for you in the context of something that's not unbearable.
Or they can be nice.
Or they could be nice, which is how you win at Arkham. What's up, everybody?
Kinecast saying, seems synced now. Was delayed for a bit after the start, then transition. Chris Malabar, what's up? Saying, watched the Skytear Horde video part 2 last night. It was very enjoyable because I could tell the two of you were having such a good old time.
It's fun to work together to beat something. I think let's not lose track of the simple reality. It doesn't necessarily mean tabletop games or anything, but the more instances you have to be with people working on a common enemy, common goal, it actually is quite nice, especially whenever everybody's contributing. It's not like the group projects in high school and college where Steven's doing all the work. Yeah. And then all the,
and that was
the
probably
other people
enjoyable for certain people in the group.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Yeah.
I got paired up with Steven. Gonna get an A on this one.
I'm not taking my grade down just because you don't know how to contribute.
Yeah. Now, see, I would have been totally comfortable tanking my grade.
Yeah.
For that sweet, sweet justice.
Yeah, man. You know, that says a lot about you, actually. Huh.
Yeah, it's the old game theory equation, right? It's like
nobody's saving you though. I mean, nobody's coming in. It's like, you know, Dylan's on your team, and it's like, it ain't happening. Yeah. I mean, you either are doing all the work or you're getting an F. I'm not letting Dylan hold me back.
There's a somewhat funny story in my grad school. So you're in grad school, right? This is like, you're no longer in Forest High School.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not even in
paying for it.
Undergrad.
This is your career. I mean, come on.
Real talk. We had a group project. There's a big group project worth a lot of your grade. And there's a 5-person group, actually.
Oof.
And it was kind of encompassing all the different things from the MBA program, right? You needed to know everything from
like
finance
dunking
and economics
and
to
shooting
strategy.
from the 3-throw line.
That's right, yeah. NBA. That's right, dunking and shooting from the 3-point.
You were on dunking, right, if I remember correctly?
Absolutely, yeah. Flying sky high. But there was one guy who life just got really busy for. Totally everyone understands. But also, the second half of the semester, he just essentially no-showed and like didn't contribute anything. But then towards the end, he kind of started showing back up and very much wanted to be integrated into like the paper and the presentation. And we were kind of like, we're already done. Everyone's done their part.
We've already been here, dude.
And like, sorry, but like we, this kind of thing. So then he was unfortunately in a position where he either gets to not take part in the presentation, in which case the professor is going to be asking why.
Yeah.
Or he has to go to the professor and say, hey, my group basically like kicked me out.
Wow.
But I mean, he went like 8 weeks, no contribution, where we're all working very hard.
Okay, yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, so that was at least, we didn't tank our grade, but we also didn't allow.
Kind of nice middle ground. You go to the professor and say, hey, Dylan hasn't been here for many weeks.
Yeah, and it's like, no one's upset at you. And the professor was there. It's like, it's fine, but also like, I don't know how the professor wants to handle this.
Sure.
We're not just going to give you a fifth of the presentation that, this other person did. Anyways.
Fairness is important, man. I feel like we've lost track of fairness a little bit. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Hey, I like this listic. I saw what you posted, and I really want to call that out, but I've got to scroll up to find it. What did you say? Listic says, if a weakness makes me scream, I'm allowed to mulligan a new weakness once.
That's kind of nice.
I mean, I was basically screaming on camera all last session.
I like the fact, to me it's a feature of, you have a weakness so bad you're actually going to have to change your upgrade path.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
As long as it's fixable in that way. Because if you just every time can't do what your deck was trying to do for 7 to 10 scenarios in a row, that's just not fun.
Yeah, it's true. And the other thing about this weakness is I usually have the rule where on session 2, and you guys who've been watching us for a while, on the second scenario, you get a free any level 0 swaps that you want. Because sometimes you have an idea, you get it on the table, and you're like, oh no.
It did not work.
It didn't work. I don't want to waste experience fixing what didn't work on the first session. So I like to have the second scenario, you can sub in any level 0s and change your level 0s. Which to me, I feel like I'm going to do.
I was going to say, so like, what's your problem? And what are we going to do to fix it?
Yeah, let's talk about the arm injury here. Yeah, that's my problem.
Do you know how many experience we have? Is that in your...
I do, yeah. It's in the log.
Campaign log. I don't think I spent mine, but I do know that I think the first thing I'm doing is sticking to the plan.
Yeah, I mean, are you playing Guardian?
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Okay, the problem is arm injury.
It doesn't seem that bad.
So you have to heal it. Basically, you have to have physical healing in your deck to get rid of it, because if you don't, after you take a fight or activate, you can't take anything. Nothing can be done. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I've got cards in here like that might need me to activate things on multiple turns. Now you can do basic investigate actions, but when you have a rogue hybrid investigator, your investigations are going to be happening on things like lockpicks, which I couldn't use. Movement is relying on sled dogs, which I couldn't use, those kinds of things. So you need a way to heal it. So out of the core box, there's a couple of options. You have painkillers.
This is the core box or basics?
It's like, these may actually be core set cards, but these are like basic cards.
Just 0 experience.
Neutrals, yeah. Painkillers, I think, is 1 cost, and you can take a sanity damage to heal a physical damage. So you transfer.
Which is fine, because then it drops the weakness. Yeah,
and then there's another one, I can't remember. It's basically take 1 sanity, get rid of the weakness. And I can't remember the other one. I think, I forget what it's called, but it does the opposite. You take a health and then you heal a sanity. So there's that kind of in the core set already. And then I really like Thermos, which is a newer addition to the card pool, I think.
It's like something you would store liquid in.
I just feel like it's very thematic.
Probably a good reminder if you're out there.
Whole food plant-based Zach has a lot of opportunity now.
Take a lot of water,
Hydro brain, you know what? I'm going to make a challenge to Bryce right now, Bryce and Jonathan, since you guys are on the production team here. I know that we can pretty easily switch the position of the pops. I'm wondering if you could flip to the bottom of the screen when we're not in the full screen mode, and then in the full screen we could flip to the top.
That's the kind of little detail that 99% of people, maybe 100% of people would never actually notice.
100% of people would never notice.
They would notice in their heart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Inside.
You don't know what you need is the fastest horse theory, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to go to the table shop, so you don't have to look at me being a card. So I think I'm on Thermos just because it's so thematic. And I forget what it does, but I'm starting with 2 health already being in the tank from...
Is this a color or is it a neutral card?
Thermos is neutral.
All right. And you need how many copies of this thing? I'm going to have to go fish it. And then while I'm there, I'm going to make sure the air's off, because I'm not 100% sure that's the case.
My body says I only need 1, because it is so rare that I actually need it.
You got backpacks in there?
I think I will have 1 backpack by the end of this journey.
Okay. Because if you have a backpack, your odds of also having a Thermos in the backpack
are
way higher.
You're higher. But then you also, what happens on turn 2 when you get the arm injury and your thermos is in your bottom 28? You know, it's like the last card.
Well, statistically, the odds of the weakness being in the top and the thermos being in the bottom, quick mathematical calculation, it should only be like one of the scenarios in the next 8.
Yeah, so given that it's Arkham, about every time that's going to happen. Yeah. So
well, then also the games where you also are hitting a lot of the the token that shall not be named. That's probably not going to happen. So it'll probably happen on one of the easier scenarios where we're way ahead, and then suddenly you get your weakness and you don't have your thermos.
Now, it would be especially good if you had a little redundant healing somewhere. Like if Guardian, with their first aid bandages and that kind of thing, could also maybe have a moment there.
Yeah, that would be, especially if I had something I could put on Stick to the Plan that I could have every time in the event that my friend needs, stuff done.
Now, hold on. Actually,
it's important to know, I just want to say that, like, I can't take any non-experienced Guardian cards.
Right. Oh, that's right.
So it would have to be something I buy my way into.
Do you go into Arcane?
I start with Arcane. So the deck building restrictions are Mystic cards level 0, Guardian cards level 1 to 5, Neutral cards level 0 to 5.
You can go into the big Guardian cards.
Right, but it would have to be a Guardian card that I buy.
With XP, yeah.
Now, ideally, it would be something I could buy and put on Stick to the Plan. Because my original Stick to the Plan list is...
This is us not sticking to the plan. Isn't that kind of ironic?
Well, we're making a new plan here. Let me find it. Ever Vigilant, Emergency Cash.
Brombe has the best point of all. Remember that we do have one of our buddies that does heal as an action.
We all know he's going to die.
That's what I was thinking. But I'm also willing to maybe just risk like one thermos.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of different vectors.
And then, if he dies, then we have an out.
Let me just build this. Now, I have a Dynamite just in case.
Say Dynamite?
Dynamite.
Is it too bright, guys? Is that overhead too bright?
So the 3 cards that I planned to put here were Ever Vigilant.
I love that card. Yeah. I mean, that's the combo of Guardian that you figured out right there. You've done a great job.
I appreciate
you figured out how to get absurd value.
Emergency Cash.
It's gonna be upgraded eventually, yeah.
3 money.
One of them gain 3, draw a card. That's even better.
Prepared for the worst. Search the top 9 for a weapon.
Yeah.
Add it to my hand. Because
the weakest one.
Once I get to the hammer, Cyclopean Hammer, my whole deck's built around it.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to find it. I also have a backpack in deck.
Yeah.
Just in case, because you gotta find it.
Yeah.
And then technically, there is a Dynamite Blast.
I mean, I'd probably put that in over Prepare for the Worst. I think you 2-deck Prepare to the Worst.
But the big question mark is, I don't know if there are any cards, and maybe the folks at home can help us with this. Like, I don't necessarily need all 3 of these cards attached, right? It's just kind of a nice thing to have around. But if there was something that could also be the kind of card that would fix your weakness. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. Let me read it.
We just got to heal. Do you have any? Yeah, you pull up the DBs?
Yeah.
Do you have a DB? Hold on, I'll look up the DBs.
So it would be a tactic or a supply, which I assume something like bandages would be.
It feels very supply-y.
Yeah, then it would be very easy for me to, like,
All right, so let's do this. Card search.
People saying they love thermos.
Good. All right, we're going to search out neutral Guardian cards. They're going to be traded supply. Is that right?
Stefan saying you can't do thermos because you need to do an action on the card, which you can't do with an injury.
You can do one. You can do one activation per turn. So my first activation of the turn would be heal with thermos, and then I'd be off to the races. XP greater than 0.
You're just handy dandy over there.
Well, I've learned to let the robots do the work. My brain doesn't even work anymore because everything's so automated in my life.
Some would call it evolution, and others would call it whatever the opposite of that is.
No, a single thing helpful here.
Yep, nothing. See?
Nothing. So let's go from supply to tactic. How do you not have bandages as a supply,
Is it not a supply?
Well, it might be level 0 is our problem.
There's your problem.
Let's see. Counterpunch, dodge, probably not it. Ever Vigilant, heroic rescue, no. On the trail, 1-2 punch.
Ben saying nothing that can go and Stick to the Plan heals. So
nothing. Yeah.
Can't do it.
There you go. The greatest robot of all, human beings, telling us. Sounds like one thermos. Start with the Healy guy and hope that nothing bad goes wrong. Hope that nothing bad happens.
Yeah. Okay. So you need one thermos.
1 thermos.
Is there anything else that you need?
Don't get 2 thermi because that will tempt me. Level 1 backpack while you're in there, if you got one.
Always.
How's everybody doing out there? Did we say it was too bright or did we not? Brightness is good. Okay, it's crazy because like on the monitor it's very bright, but then anything you push through YouTube, it has an algorithm that makes it look bad. So whatever it is, you just have to feed information that looks too overdone on your end to YouTube, and then it will try to make it look bad, and in so doing will make it look normal. Because that's, I guess, how the systems work these days. Okay, while we're here, check it out. So final proofs of we just went for it. We just went for the all white with a purple blue shine on these. Kind of difficult to see in real life. They essentially sparkle, all snow in the sun kind of stuff. Let me crank this down 1. It's really bright on the monitor. Let's see if that kind of helps. Watching that Channel Fireball box break the other day, it makes me really think our streams need some extra excitement. So these guys are ready to go. We just wanted to do a whiteout style board. You can still see the details in real life extremely well, so happy with how that is all turned out. And the shimmer on these is looking great. And then the Doom for Edge of the Earth, boom. Those things are done. We have a lot of good source material on the symbology and the shapes here that I'm going to be including on the product page. Jonathan actually provided me a lot of information as to where these symbols came from. The whole Edge of the Earth stuff has a lot of just fascinating source material that is kind of really odd. So we pulled from that to get to these. And then we're also doing the Edge of the Earth specific clue tokens. And they have a custom, slightly different, went to the 5-sided, given the theme of the set on the supply. And then also have a more of a snowflake kind of Arctic looking clue side that's still very much in line with the original, so that all of your original clues and Edge of the Earth clues can all play together and work just fine. So 20 of these guys, 10 of these guys, obviously 1 board per, and that should get you to the number of clues that you need to adequately play Edge of the Earth with its more expansive locations. And if needed, I mean, it's kind of designed in a modular way, right? Where you could get an additional pack of these if you feel like you needed more clues. If you're playing with 4 players a lot, maybe you would need more. I guess with the base set and this, you would have 50 clues. So, if you got more than that, you need to investigate and spend them. You're wasting your time in a game, Quit exploring
what are you doing?
Start spending.
Ratchet now saying you should bring these to UK shipping so I can order all of them.
Yeah. Well, we'll do our best to get it. I think stuff will get there eventually. The timing is hard because it's like a month-long trip, right, over the Arctic.
Well, it's a variable trip.
Yeah.
and with, yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, they'll be there as soon as we can make that a thing.
Chris popping in for a quick showering TC with love. Then I got to go pick up the kid from school. You are awesome.
Hey, on that note, everyone out there, smash that like button.
Ring that bell. I was saying after watching.
We're getting that air horn on Tuesday, aren't we?
After watching that fireball, like this whole pack break thing, and this whole weird underworld of whatever that other service was going on, where it's dedicated to pack breaks and box breaks. Shine.tv or something. It was strange. There's a whole other world. And there was stuff popping up everywhere, and there was bright colors, and there was an energy to it that was terrifying to me.
Well, we're gonna dive fully into this tomorrow.
I think it works though,
I only caught
Let's get some air horn
moments of that. Yeah. There's a whole thing, which we won't go into.
Like how would everyone feel if instead of the full board and the picture-in-picture like we've got up here, if we had this big overlay where a good amount of the screen was actually wasted space, and we had like the main shot in the top quarter, and then we had a chat log in the top right, and then we had a side shot for no reason in the bottom left.
Of like our hands?
Yeah, of our hands.
Yeah, just
these healing hands.
Not
just
like you can see the cards in the hands, but just literally our hands, yeah.
And then maybe the bottom right, we would have whatever the track was playing in the background.
What up, Marcus?
Would that be better or worse? Because I don't want to be old and lame. I'm gonna keep up with the kids. I'm willing to keep up. I just need to make sure.
You gotta keep hiring younger and younger people.
I just got to make sure that it actually is providing value. And that's where the kids, as I was when I was 20, often are not thinking about the value. They're thinking about the sparkle.
Well, yeah, but they get a lot of things right, too.
That's true.
Like,
I mean, I was right about 90% of things when I was 20.
Pretty good rate.
90%. In fact, you can run the tape on that.
There was a whole lot in the internet, digitization, social realm that a lot of the people I was around that were somewhat older than me, whether it's parents or other people in the family,
etc.,
they're not prepared for the shift. You know, like it's just something happens as you get older.
Yeah,
experience makes you think that this is the right thing, and it is for a while until it's not.
Yeah,
but that's where you get into like all the NFT conversations where it's like, hold on, why are we doing this?
That's it. You know what? I feel gratified in saying, I'm not saying no out of the gate, right? Because, we dealt with that a lot when we were kids.
That's 100% why I'm unwilling to just say no.
I think the ultimate transition from like no internet to internet is life is a harder transition than internet is life now. And then what are we doing with it is a little bit easier to adapt.
Absolutely. I do not envy the generations above us. I feel like we were in a spot where we got to experience the world before the internet, but never depend on the world as it was before the internet. Whereas now the problem is going to be people that are from 4 years old on an iPhone. It's like there's a lot of fundamental.
If you're 4 year old on an iPhone, you're already done.
I see a lot of 4-year-olds on like iPad, right? It's like hand them the. I mean, I was on Game Boy pretty young, that's
absolutely true. I probably spent 18 hours a day playing Nintendo.
Yeah, so it works out. It was fun. It's really fun. I
didn't have access to people, though, just my imagination.
Well, just the way things work. Like
it was just better, Zach. It was better back when we were kids.
This is not necessarily better or worse. It's just different. So, like, I think about the fact that when I was a kid, ordering on the internet at first was very questionable. Mm-hmm. Then it was accepted, except for when you ordered, you expected it to take a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And
maybe not at all.
If something, it may not show up. And if something went wrong, well, sorry.
Good luck.
Whereas now the expectation from people like Amazon is created that it's like, you'll order it, it'll be there tomorrow by noon.
Yeah.
And if you, for any reason at all, you decide you don't want it, you've already maybe used it for a week, right?
Yeah.
You didn't like that toothbrush, send it on back, right? That's not the world I grew up in. So it just creates different dynamics, which is, interesting. It could be a whole podcast.
You're not wrong, You're not wrong.
So how many experience did we have? Let's get back on track here.
All right, let's go. Let's play some Arkham. Red Tyrant, welcome to you, especially. Saying so excited the first time cashing it live. This is what it's like. A lot of just conversations about nothing. XP is +8.
8. Okay. Stick to the plan is 6. So I've got 2 floating here.
Can you upgrade that emergency cash for 2? Go ahead and get a card out of it while you're there.
Well.
Remove the draw cost and the play cost.
I could, except for I'm saving. I have a plan. And it's going to take me longer to enact that plan if I start wasting.
You're such a saver on experience. It drives me insane. If you spend it now, you can get more in this scenario to spend later, right? Make yourself better now, and then we can get another XP off of a victory we could otherwise not have claimed.
It's a little push and pull, So the card I'm going for next, and someone was saying earlier, if my equipment slot wasn't already spoken for, that Hallowed Mirror, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Is like a really great include to help with your problem.
Yeah, they have a good healing kit, don't they?
But my accessory slot is very much spoken for in my upgrade chain with an empty vessel. Have you seen this thing? Empty vessel / wish eater.
No.
Limit 1 per deck. After you defeat an enemy, place a charge on empty vessel. Then fast action, if there are at least 3 charges on it, you can search your bonded cards for wish eater.
Oh, show me wish eater then.
And swap it
3
with
charges
empty
is
vessel,
hard.
moving all charges so this goes away. I mean, I've killed 3 things, which my deck is going to be.
Assuming you get an enemy scenario, what's
going to happen? Wish Eater bonded reaction when you reveal a skull, tablet, hood, or gas mask chaos token. Spend a charge, cancel the chaos token, heal a damage, heal 1 horror. If Wish Eater has no charges, search your bonded cards from empty vessel and swap it back.
So you cancel and heal instead? That's amazing.
I heal a damage and a horror.
Do you reveal a new card or a new token?
No, you don't.
Are you serious? You just cancel it?
You get 3 cancels
And that zeroes it
heals.
out? Like, it's just a 0 at that point, or there's...
I mean, cancel's cancel, is it not?
Okay, I think a cancel cancels. Do you have to redraw? Is that in the rules? Anytime you cancel a token, you got to get a new one, surely, right? Don't call me Shirley.
I don't know.
That's so good.
Dane B saying Wish Eater is ridiculously good.
What is this card? How is this even in the card pool? This is not how Arkham works. There's never a free... You don't get a free lunch in Arkham.
I don't know. It's a cool necklace. Empty vessel. But the card I want to buy next is called Enchant Weapon, which costs 3, and I want 2 copies technically. But you attach it to a weapon. Attached weapon gains the Relic trait and takes up an Arcane slot, which I need. The Arcane's taken up.
Of course.
And the reaction, when you perform a fight action using the attached asset, exhaust this card, add the owner's intellect to the physical for this attack, and deal +1 damage.
So it's on top of anything the weapon's already doing?
So what ends up happening...
That's exceedingly good.
Yeah, it's super good.
Where did these cards come from?
I think they're from the new set. I don't know.
They gave us the goods, didn't they? Huh. Great. Good for you. Yeah, you made it happen.
So I'm going to save 2 XP for that reason.
Okay. Then I'm going to swap out this Hit Me for a Thermos. Because this card did me dirty last game.
Speaking of Hit Me, have you seen the
documentary?
Preview?
Hit me, baby,
have you seen the previews? Every time someone says Hit Me, like in poker or something, I picture the scene in The Dark Knight where the Joker's standing there with like a machine gun and Batman's on his motorcycle going straight towards him. And Joker's just like saying Hit Me over and over.
I do remember that.
Yeah. But have you seen the preview for the new Batman movie?
Zach, I'll give you a...
I'm going to guess no.
Yeah. Have I seen it? Where does one even get alerted to these things?
The internet.
Where do you go? Like, is there a movie page?
Technically, I got hit with it in multiple places. The first one being Twitter.
Okay, I'm not there.
I can't avoid previews for things on Twitter. It's just how my feed works.
So let's run down the places you found it, and I'll tell you why I didn't.
Twitter.
Not there.
Right. YouTube.
Like as a browser? Like you're browsing it?
You just go to YouTube, like you would, and then it shows up in your feed.
Yeah, I'm not a feed man in the YouTube.
You're a click a YouTube link and watch a video kind of.
Yeah, I go to YouTube to watch things that I click.
I go to YouTube to see what the channels I've subscribed to have posted.
Oh yeah, so you're using it you're using it.
Yeah, I like to use the things that we rely on.
Okay, nothing on YouTube.
Functioning. And then the third tier is my friends and family who are also interested in such things.
I don't have those friends.
Yeah.
And my family doesn't care about Batman.
You do have those friends, though. It's right here.
Yeah, I know, right.
You're just a late stage awareness person. It's the adoption curve of anything, and you're in like whatever the one derivative to the right is.
I believe that's called ostrich with head in sand. Was it an ostrich that usually puts its head in the sand? Or a camel?
It's an ostrich. Just buries their
ostrich buries their hand.
I feel like you're just not getting to the point where you're adopting such technology as Driveway. So you're a little behind the curve.
Ooh, that hits deep.
Especially with that snow coming.
I know. Yeah, I'm getting another load of rock today to go get some. It's worth noting, any of you that are our true fans and watching every day.
Man, just low-key passive aggression towards everyone else.
We may not be able to stream Wednesday or Thursday. We're keeping an eye on it. We got a big bit of weather moving through Oklahoma.
But I've seen a lot of weathermen get excited about things that end up just being like a drizzle.
Yeah, but I'm also the kind of person that gets excited about not having to leave my house.
Yeah, well, you're also the kind of person
so I'll err on it.
A medium amount of weather happening prevents you from leaving your house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I built it that way. All right, let's get these boards in.
It's a feature, not a bug, right?
It's a feature, not a bug. I think you're exactly right. Do we need to get... We usually have to get zoomed out a little bit here, don't we?
Seems good.
That's going to be a little better.
Louis Knight saying he also thinks of that scene.
Okay.
That movie was a very
formative.
I don't even know if formative is the right word. It's just like
notable.
So it was. How old was I? That was like 2008. So like just becoming an adult level.
Yeah.
But man, that movie sticks with me.
You're just becoming an adult in 2008?
Yeah.
How old was I in 2008?
You would have been like 21, 22.
Oh, I was too.
I mean, if you can count 18, but I've met a lot of 18-year-olds, and I'm not 100% sure I would. I thought I was very much an adult at that point.
Yeah. You get older, you realize you're just worse at every stage than you thought. Okay, let me get this. Let me get my focus. I think we're good. Let's double check, because sometimes you're halfway through and then it's like you can't see anything. It's like, well, this is a useless video now.
I think for me, there are different things that classified me as an adult in my own head. Once I started paying, like, for somewhere to live that wasn't a part of my college experience, is when I felt like I actually, like, was doing my own thing. I was an independent person.
I think that's appropriate. Okay, so my upgrades, just to let everybody know, I went ahead and took hiking boots and the tarot card. I would feel so much better, and I feel like I have the money in case I don't draw it in open hand to drop a +1 static book bonus. I think one of the things I ran into is like when my lockpicks are turned out or when my lockpicks aren't working, like being able to have a static 5 investigate stat for the seeker of the group is really important. So I went ahead and went here. I'm playing the 6 experience for higher education, honoring the taboo on that because it is bonkers. This used to be 3. And it's like, how is that possible? 5 or more cards in hand, you can always spend 1 money for +2 brain or +2 book for the rest of the game.
Cards
permanent.
Good. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It starts in play.
So that's a good way to spend 8 experience. I'm going to buff my passives.
Anything that starts in play, as an example, like another one of our favorites over here, Stick to the Plan. The value in just not taking up spots in your deck and also just starting with the thing.
So good.
Crazy good.
It's so good. I'm going to do my board the old-fashioned way,
All right, and for those at home, we were playing Ice and Death last time, and through a string of events, one of our members, walked out into the weather and never was seen again.
That's right.
But we elected to stay and fight. We camped. We found a really good camp, you remember.
I do. And
we decided to stay and fight. We could have run and skipped this, but we're going to be doing Ice and Death Part 3. We did not do Part 2. If you're watching back, not while we're live, don't be looking for Part 2 confusedly.
That's right. That would be confusing.
It's like, they must have just never done it.
Yeah, maybe we'll call it something else. Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
We'll dive in and see if we have everything we need. There. See it? One of the team members hands you the binoculars and points into the distance. You venture just outside camp to find a defensible position where you can hope to see the creatures approaching. But what you find instead is even worse. Not only are they encroaching on the campsite as you expected, but more are emerging from the ice by the minute. You watch the ice shelf split open, and a geyser? Geyser.
Like the unless it's an old man shows up.
A geyser coming up through the eye.
I'm not dead yet.
And a geyser of multicolored
Captain America.
miasma seeps from the cracks. Who wrote this? Your companion clutches. Your companion clutches. I don't know. It feels like Lovecraft, but sometimes when I'm reading Lovecraft, I feel like my mouth is having to dance. Your companion clutches your arms and points you in another direction, where you see another geyser spill forth. Then another. There has to be an end to them, right? You lower the binoculars and tell the rest of your team, prepare to fight. You don't know if you can hold off these strange creatures or not, but there's only one way to find out.
Cool.
Add 1 frost token to the bag. Investigator's Hub. Each investigator's base starting resources is equal to the shelter value of the camp instead of 5.
Oh, didn't we get a big Bugatti?
Yeah, I think it was large.
7. Starting with 7 money is so nice.
Yeah. All right. Each investigator may choose 1 available member of the expedition team who is not crossed off to join them. Put the story asset for the chosen character into play in the investigator's play area. Place damage and horror on the characters as indicated in the expedition team section of the campaign line.
You got the team somewhere?
Yeah. Dream team.
I'll be taking the same one myself.
I just saw the Ancient Evils logo.
Hey, you know where that expedition team is?
I'm looking for it.
It's a series of like 6 to 7.
There's There's a dog in here.
Like a super dog?
Who looks awesome.
They're going to have the player card back.
What's that look like?
That one.
That was quick.
Half of Arkham is solved by looking at the card backs, honestly. I learned that a long time ago. Just didn't want to say anything. Here we go. Dr. Mala.
I think these are the ones that are not with us.
That's right. Yeah, Cookie did.
They're no longer a part of the crew.
Yeah. Don't know what happened. Couldn't tell you. Here, choose your favorite there. I think I'm going to take Mala forever and try to make sure that she does not die, because this is like a really good ability for me. See, the Nova Hero Pack for Champs was announced?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Did you get excited?
Not particularly. It's a good conversation.
Great.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's cool. I don't know anything about Nova, really. Ally's not great. But maybe that if there's an inverse relationship like with Hulk, that means the Nova Hero will be phenomenal.
That's right. If we expect them to be strong, they will be puny.
Hulk Ally, amazing. Therefore, Hulk Hero, terrible.
That's right. I like that.
Nova Ally, average. Nova Hero, great.
Well, I'm going to take Dr. Amy Kinsler because investigating's hard.
Mark is curious about, yes, I took a thermos.
Classic.
Thermos and Dr. Mala, between the two of them, should get me there.
Aqua Blue predicting you just won't draw it.
That's correct.
Okay, scenario setup. Use this setup only if you are continuing directly after playing the previous part. We are not. Use this setup if you're setting up part 3 after taking a break. Boom. We did it. Gather all cards from the following encounter sets. Ice and Death.
Okay, great. Yeah, Barbie saying Nova looks good. Yeah, great. I'm glad.
All right.
What's Nova's deal? What's Nova's like hero powers? Is shooting electricity?
Couldn't
probably?
tell you. Yeah, it's energy based. The next one is
What's up, Eclectic Camel?
Nightmares. I'll find that in a second. We're gonna have the spider one. That's good.
Although I will say when I was watching, I watched some other like streaming stuff. You know, sometimes like I'll watch the popular Twitch stuff just to kind of see where we're at.
What the internet's doing.
And I get like, if you're running a stream as a source of income and as your brand, it's a little bit different onus on what that looks like and what you're trying to achieve, because it kind of creates a little ecosystem where you it's like going down a water slide when you start watching. Even that box break I was watching, it's like I was like, okay, I guess I'll just go off the end of this slide and see what's down there.
I liked your picture. You had a nice cocktail that you made.
Yeah. And then I went down
like a good Friday.
I basically was like, okay, and I sat down and I went down the water slide, and then I was submerged in the strangest, deepest water that I felt like I could not leave for hours. Mm-hmm. It was just like this weird, like intoxicating.
Can't look away.
Yeah, it was like a mixture of like train wreck and intimacy and bright lights. It's like all of them were swirling around. Even when I watch Twitch streamers, it's the same way. It's like, I don't know, is this awkward? But it's enjoyable. But it's kind of an intimate experience, but it's also ludicrous. Ultimately,
the reality of the experience.
And there's stuff popping up, it's like so-and-so donated X or so-and-so just joined, or like now you get 2 baubles. Somebody earned 2 baubles for some reason, and there's emojis flying around everywhere, and it's kind of exciting. It's like, I think this would be in Times Square or something.
Is it? I mean, it felt like, at least on our server, when you had the
box break going on.
Well, the secret at the alley, spoiler alley.
Yeah, the spoiler alley, yeah.
It felt like when you're at a big event and a group of people kind of breaks off after the event and they're just kind of stumbling from place to place. Mm-hmm. And every place is like its own little experience that you have.
Yeah.
And every Twitch stream that you guys were, like, that you hit the Twitch stream and it was like suddenly there was a small group of the bigger group.
You're in a new spot.
Was experiencing this one thing.
Yeah.
And it may not have been the bar you would have picked or the live musician you would have picked or anything that you would have picked.
Yeah.
But it's where you ended up.
It's where you ended up. And you didn't want to leave. I mean, it was just kind of like, what is this? Anyway. So I don't think we're ever going to be that exciting on stream, but we're also not really that's not really our MO, you know?
Yeah.
We're not going to get you to sit here for 4 hours. It's like, if you want to watch, I mean, tabletop's not exactly like the bastion of fast cars, you know? Like, it's not exactly, a video game's very stimulating on their own, watching it.
Just to witness it.
And then there's interaction. Like, that's pretty crazy. But.
Yeah. I mean, I think when it's not tabletop and it is video games, you can always watch someone play a video game.
Yeah.
So a solo stream of video games is a lot easier to pull off.
Definitely.
Because I'm kind of talking through my experience and just sharing my thoughts in a stream of consciousness.
And Jonathan and I would watch each other play video games all the time.
Yeah, that
was a normal thing already.
Yeah. Especially if there's skill involved and you're watching someone who's good at the game.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very, like, probably, I think that would be appealing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Tabletop is different, though, because, like, because I've done some solo streams.
Yeah.
Without you. And when you can play the game, but even then, it's not, like, fast-paced, like... It's a 3.5 hour slow pace walk through the middle.
That's kind of why we're here, right? And that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, as people, if you're attracted to tabletop, you're probably looking for something that's a little bit more relaxed, enjoyable.
But you know, I will say, when a new set of cards is coming out, just watching someone open, even now, sometimes, I mean, you'd get enough of it eventually. But like watching people open like old boxes of Pokemon or a game that I used to play, it's like. Just kind of takes you back to that feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Of like what it was like to be doing. That's what I like those throwback series for too. We're opening packs is like opening that one box feels a lot like we were playing back in the day, where you just get a very finite amount of product and you make it work.
Yeah, you get to share it. It's cool.
Stefan's saying I mainly watch your videos and streams while playing Warhammer. Nothing more relaxing.
Yeah, it's great. Half the people are actually watching the stream when they get ready for bed. They have it on in the background.
You see Caesar's comment?
It's kind of like the white noise.
Your videos got me and my son in Marvel Champions. We've been loving it.
No, it's great. Caesar's great. Wonderful.
That. Amazing.
That's wonderful.
Okay, I got all this.
Somebody stop that geezer. Yeah, anyway, okay, so more loud noises, more air horn, more bright lights, more emojis.
What was the apology air horn? Was that a real thing, or are you guys just making that up?
That was a real thing.
He was like, this is my apology air horn?
No. The apology was forthcoming in spades. I mean, there was we didn't know we weren't supposed to do this. We weren't supposed to open this set. We're sorry.
Can't put that one back in the
And then chat said, many of which were from the alley, hey, can you give us that air horn again? Because we were like, everybody was like waiting, like just hit that air horn again, because we were already just loving how funny it was.
Yeah.
And then the dude who was hosting it was like, I'm so sorry about what's happened, and then he like looked over at the chat and then he like started hitting the air horn, and it was like perfect timing.
Oh man, so crazy. All right, build the agenda deck using agendas 7 and 8 and the act deck using act 3. So
did you do that?
Here's this stack.
Oh, it's on me. 7 and 8 and 3. Okay, done.
In the ice and death section of the campaign log, find each location under locations revealed.
Do we need these? Or am I not there yet?
Don't know yet.
Okay. Okay. What'd you say? How many locations are revealed? Is it really?
Find each location under the locations revealed. Put each of those locations into play, revealed, with clues equal to its clue value.
Frozen Shores.
Let me find it.
Crash Site. Precarious Ice. Treacherous Path. Rocky Crab's Berry Camp.
Frozen Shore. Precarious. Crash
Frozen.
Site.
Frozen Shores. Crash Site. Perilous. Precarious. Treacherous Path. Rocky Crags. And Barrier Camp. That was essentially everything we visited in our last session.
Yeah, so we're going to put those back out.
What a clean... Look at Drawn to Flame on the chat. What's up? How's it going? Only just finished eating. Has anyone died yet? Not quite yet. We haven't even set the game up yet because it's Arkham.
You want to give any particular name shout-outs for Drawn to Flame? You want to try that one again?
I don't want to say anything about anybody who's a part of anything ever on film. I'm going to start naming employees.
All right. Yeah, don't.
I won't name anyone. I'm not even going to say Zach's name anymore.
It's going to get interesting.
Because what if I forget that? And then it's awkward.
Hey, you. And the Ice and Death Center. Put each location into play.
What are the two podcasts? Drawn to Flame and Mythosbusters. Those are the two that I remember.
I'm going to make these stacks. Yeah, I didn't play Arkham.
I know everyone's name right now
until the pandemic, and so I missed out on all the content knowledge. Okay, so the ones that we revealed are going to come into play revealed, and the ones we didn't reveal are going to come into play face down. We'll set that up in a second.
That usually makes sense, right? They're revealed, they're revealed.
Each investigator begins play at the camp.
Barrier camp for us, because we're awesome. There we go. This is how Arkham works.
Remove all clues from the camp. It begins the game with no clues on it.
Okay, right. That would stand to reason.
Find one seeping nightmare enemy per investigator.
Okay, that was the ones I just had right here. Okay. There's 2, 1 per.
Great.
What about Phantasmagoria?
These enemies can be found in that. Remove all remaining seeping nightmare enemies from the game.
Okay, gone. They're gone.
Find the 8 Eidolon, Eidolon enemies from the Ice and Death.
Shout to Frank and Pete over there at Drawn to Flame. If you guys want to see a good Monterey Jack deck, you've done it. Keep watching. Keep watching. You'll want to do a podcast on it, I'm sure. Maybe a whole video. It's going to be titled The Monterey Jack Deck That MJ Doesn't Want You to Know About. Top 5 things we love about this Monterey deck.
So interesting. Find the 8 of this thing. How do you say that?
Eidolon's fine.
Eidolon?
I don't know how it works.
Enemies from the Ice and Death, creatures in the ice encounter set. Oh, creatures in the ice. That is going to be the spider set.
Can't we get an AI to do this for us or something? Is there an app for this?
There's not. But
I guess the oldest app in the book.
There's only 5.
Is you. They're not counting these, yeah?
I don't think so. It's from a different set.
8 spider. Is there anything on the back of things?
Ice and Death and creatures in the ice encounter sets. Got it. Creatures in the ice.
Wouldn't it be handy if they put the names under the symbols or next to them?
Anything.
Like a bullet point?
All right, boom. There they are. Shuffle them. Can you shuffle this?
I sure can. I've been waiting my whole life.
And place them face down beneath each seeping nightmare enemy in play, divided as evenly as possible.
They come in play?
They're going to be under these.
Okay, so we've got, basically, we're each having a seeping nightmare, and there's going to be weird stuff.
Enemies coming out from it. Shuffle each to Kelly. How do we say this thing? Tekalili.
Yeah, I like that. Tekalili.
Card that is not already part of the investigator's deck together to form that deck. Place this near the agenda deck. Shuffle the remaining of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. So that's going to be these.
So 4 under each of the seeping nightmares.
Yeah,
done.
We'll place these in a second.
Okay.
So shuffle that for me.
Can we sleeve them so we're not psychopaths?
We never sleeve them. Ever.
So that's going to be a no.
Then we're going to be ready. So let me get back
this?
to the map. That's the weakness deck. Remember how we were getting those weaknesses throughout the game last time?
Don't I?
Okay. Let me move this so I can build this map again.
That's a lot of weaknesses. Here, let's get... Do we make the book? Yeah, we make the book here. We make the book.
Rocky Crags. Treacherous Path.
Drawn to the Flames got a Monterey Jack episode coming soon, apparently. I think these are supposed to be in there. So it looks like maybe in this stack.
Yeah, they should definitely be in that stack.
Thank you, Red Tyrant. Already paying dividends to have you in the chat there. It's a teeny encounter deck. You sure this is all there is?
I think so.
Don't like that at all. Tekalili. MJ said that. Tekalili. Tekalili.
Tekalili.
Hey man, Tekalili. I bet you never Tekalili.
You're right. Never have.
You're too chicken to Tekalili.
I don't know what this means.
It's just comedy.
These go in there.
You've never heard it before, that's on you.
Throw those in there.
Oh, sure.
Don't you know?
I'm like, it's like whenever, you're like almost done doing the dishes and then your wife comes in with like a plate that she's had in the bedroom for 6 days and she sets it next to you. Like, hey, will you do this one too?
I think technically in my relationship, I'm that person.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't want to say anything.
It's never that egregious, but I'm definitely like my wife will just about be done cleaning the kitchen and I'll come around the corner. It's like, surprise.
Well, I got to tell you, from the other side of that, it makes them want to kill you. So maybe not as much of that moving forward.
Here's the thing, though. At least in my relationship.
They're all different, aren't they?
Very much wants to be the person doing it.
Yeah. She doesn't want you to mess it up.
It's not a trust issue or anything.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm sure it's not.
She wants to be the one doing it. And so it's not as though I can even, really help. All right, we're going to condense down. Like, I'd love to help, But
Is this still are there bigger maps than this?
I don't know.
You can't see that one at all.
Yeah.
Snow graves?
We're going to get there.
This is well shuffled. What is this?
You can start to see it.
We got a lot of dead space over here. There's some fine filth over here. I can put the acting agenda over here if you want.
Let's do that. Let's put this up at the top. This is our base camp.
Look at that. See, look at that. Now we're getting... Sometimes you got to think outside the old boxeroo. It's not pleasing, but it's effective. Oof. I don't like this at all. Here, I'm going to at least frame it up. That's going to actually make me uncomfortable.
All right. I'm going to have to... 1 second. This is a sleeping nightmare. There's so much going on this board. So the locations that are face up, we need clues on equal to the clue value. Like, see what I'm saying? Except for this base camp that we're on.
We're going to use these edge of the earth custom clues. Jonathan in the chat saying you should surprise your wife by learning how to wash dishes.
I know how to wash dishes very well. What I don't know how to do is do it exactly as she wants to do it.
Hardly a mind reader, right?
She's just concluded it's easier to just do it.
Yeah, why can't I get those kinds of things to happen? No, don't do it better. I'll just do it. That's actually what I do.
That's what I'm saying. In the relationship,
yeah,
you were
I know. Don't you wish people could just do it right? All things. If people could just do everything right, it would be way easier to be in relationships. Do you want to put that over there, or is this for me?
What is it?
I'll keep the encounter cards right here.
This is the weakness deck, which we'll get back to. All right. That's our bag math. So you want to read the agenda and act to us, or do we do our hands first?
Let's just read it. It's right here. Something stirs beneath the ice. Through the cracks, a vile ichor bubbles forth, its odor pungent and rancid. When this agenda would advance, if there's at least one face-down card beneath a seeping nightmare, instead of advancing it, remove 2 and find the seeping nightmare with the most face-down cards beneath it. Choose one, spawn it at its location.
Got you. So there's
at random.
8 of these sleeping nightmares, so it's going to go to 2 8 times.
So 16 turns and all the baddies in Casterly Rock, unless we get to under attack. Our camp has been discovered, and now the monsters prowling about the ice and snow are converging on our position. We have only 2 ways out of this nightmare: fight or flee. Each Eidolon enemy is victory 0, so they're going to go away forever when we kill them. The camp gains action. Investigators spend 4 clues as a group to resign. Non-scaling. That's interesting.
So we need 8 clues.
No, it's actually just 4. It's a non-scaling clue value. We have to spin them as a group, but it's just 4 clues.
Yeah, and each of those things is victory 0. So number defeated, no experience relation, but also
they'll just stay out of there.
Maybe maybe campaign-wise, the more we kill, the better our life gets in the future.
Maybe. That seems right. Yeah, you gotta kill stuff to kill stuff. If there are no Eidolon enemies in play, we advance.
Stefan asking if we left our weaknesses that we added from this deck last time. I did.
Yeah, they're back. I don't have them in my deck.
Well, any that you had at the end of the game should have stayed in your deck.
I didn't have any.
And I had one.
I got through them all, man. I got through nothing but weaknesses last game. So we can resign to advance, or we can advance automatically when there are no Eidolon enemies in play, which makes me think they should be out.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Let's see if it's it. Spawn each at a different location according to the CP Nightmare sidebar on the next page.
How many do we spawn?
If you're camped at Crash Site, no, we're camped at Barrier Camp. Spawn the CP Nightmares at first at Remnants of Lakes Camp.
We spawn a random one?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
That's just there.
Oh, they're here.
And then the second one, so first at Remnants, then Crystalline Cavern.
Right here. Okay, so we've got the...
Yeah.
They're going
That's
to...
where they start. And then, as a reminder, I'm going to lay out some clues to connect these locations.
Oh, don't do that. Can we use something non-Arkham related so we're not confused?
Do you have something for me?
Yeah, I'm sure I should figure something out. What do you want? Batteries? I don't know, man. Like it's definitely not an accidental token, and it has a long connecty part.
You have a big stack of pens. You're gonna go see if Ops has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pens.
No.
Okay. You have pencils?
Dice?
Sure. Yeah, a big D6 brick is fine.
Here. Just use these.
You have bricks over here.
Yeah, these are the biggest dice I have. So maybe they're nice. And they're kind of ivory, so that would kind of work.
All right. Just dump a whole bunch right here and I'll make it happen. All right. So these connected. You get that?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Cool. You're it's like real life Roblox or whatever. Is that game where the kids can make games? Quinn's did that thing about. Was that Roblox?
Sounds familiar. This reminds me of like I need more dice. Definitely.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were doing like a freaking Picasso over here.
It's pretty wild. See what I'm saying?
It definitely looks like we're about to summon some kind of ancient beast. Some sort of altar circle. I mean, look at that. I do feel gratified in your expressing of your artistic tendencies here. Very good.
Well, there you go. Look at that. It actually looks kind of cool on the screen, except for the fact that it's not straight up and down.
That does look pretty cool. I like that a lot. It's like a tapestry of Arkham.
Now let's just...
Who needs location markers when you can do that? Oh, you're doing it.
We're just doing it. I want to straighten these while we're
I appreciate the dedication to perfection. Rocky's Clamps, is that where this goes? Or Crags? Yeah. Rocky's Clamps is so funny. It's kind of hard to believe how funny that is, actually.
All right, we're hanging out up here.
Okay.
All right.
Now, these Seeping Nightmares, while an Eidolon enemy at Seeping Nightmare's location is moving, its location is considered connected to the camp. So anything that gets spit out here is going to go right to our barrier camp. While there are no face-down cards beneath it, it gains Hunter. When Seeping Nightmares is defeated, remove each face-down card beneath it from the game. So that's good. That I would prefer to kill that.
Now, if we do kill both of those things,
but
what does that say?
As long as there are no cards beneath Seeping Nightmare, we actually would advance to agenda, the next step of the agenda.
Which we don't want.
I don't know what we want.
I feel like defeating these would be good, but that makes me feel like it's not good.
I mean, killing a nightmare can't be bad, right? Get that nightmare out. I'm going to have no room here. Hold on.
I got nothing.
Can we do this?
Do whatever you want, man. What? It's getting confusing. Just a little.
Well, you're the dice, man. Here, look at this. What if we made them all the same denomination?
I see. So we know where the trail runs.
That's right. I'm just here to solve problems. This is half the fun, honestly. Does it, and these are connected. This here.
This here?
Is this the only way to get here? From here?
Yep. Here and here.
Right on. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of a circular thing.
All right. Now we get our opening hands. Whew.
I mean, you got to move that out of your way, right?
Someone's saying, love how the map makes a snowflake. Kind of does. Clever.
There you go. Now you got a little place to play cards there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How many cards? 5 cards?
5 cards.
Oh, Dragon Pole, number 1. Let's go. 6 cents. Oh, man. Couldn't write it better. Guts. Scene of the crime. Scene of the crime.
And then
Definitely
these...
keeping this.
Yeah, these guys are connected to you.
And this.
That's right.
It's going to be pretty sweet playing both of those for -1 money in the same action.
Yeah, you've already figured it out.
It's weird how that works. I'm going to mulligan these 3 because I need a 3rd item to play for -1. You know what I mean?
I do.
Got some dynamite. Ooh, got the Talisman of Protection. And Arcane Initiate.
Oh, got the tarot card right off the bat. Lottie-dottie, everybody. We got Lucky Cigarette Case. That's good. Fieldwork, I'm running it because I know that I have to. I don't care at all about this bullwhip. Never will. So that's from this. So now I can make this decision. So let's do... Yeah. Does it work like that? So if I flip this as my opening hand, do I immediately replace this weakness before I take my mulligan? I think I do.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do.
So then I'm going to mulligan these 2. Okay. It's fine.
Question. If I use Ever Vigilant to play an asset that has fast.
Okay. There's no gaining of action
It's
points.
not like gaining actions in fast.
No. Oh my gosh. If it was, I would quit playing.
Would be cool though. Would it not? It would.
What's going on, Spanner? Which one do you not like? This guy? Is that better?
This is a phenomenal start.
Yeah, you have a good one?
That's unreal.
I'm pretty good. I got the tarot card right off the bat there. You gotta love that, right?
Yeah.
That's the gamble you make.
Is it the 4 of Cups?
Nope.
Ace of
+1.
Rods?
+1. Death 13 there.
In my head, that was definitely Death of 8.
Who could forget Death 13?
Is it called anything?
This one's called Death.
Oh.
Free
The
from
other
the
ones
past.
have fun names.
Yeah.
4 of Cups.
Nothing fun about Death.
6 of Buckets.
6 of Buckets is one of my favorites. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. 6 of Buckets.
All right. So we have 7 money, too. Wow. Wowie.
So this is where we're just playing all of our cards, right? So I'm going to play 2 cards, and then I'm going to move.
Where are you headed?
Well, hold on. We've got to get... There's got to be... Oh, these are out. So this won't... Okay.
So after 2 rounds, the one of these will spawn an enemy.
Sure seems like we're supposed to kill these things, right?
I mean, it seems easier than dealing with the 4 enemies underneath it.
Yeah.
So my plan is to play stuff and go hunting.
Yeah.
Also, the stuff they spit out is going to connect here. So you don't just want to be sitting around up there. Also, to see any locations, we have to have clues, if you remember that.
I do remember. And let's look at how many clues we need. So to get into either of these, looks like we need 8 clues apiece. Is that right? You got 4 of over there? Mm-hmm. 4 per hat?
Interestingly, if we had visited those locations previously, we wouldn't have to pay to get into them now.
But we got a baller camp in exchange.
And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just... that's a cool mechanic.
So we've got 10 clues on the board. question, of course, becomes...
You're going to go get all those clues over there, right?
Well, but the question becomes, do you spend 4 to explore the frigid cave and the icebreaker landing in the hope that there's more than 4 clues there? Because we got to find a way to get 16 clues, and they're not currently on the board. So we're going to have to spend them to make them.
Yeah, we need 6 more spaces.
It sure feels like Broad Snowdrifts is only a 2-clue investment. Could produce 4 to 8.
Yeah, now these locations also might produce clues.
Yeah, so like hitting 1, we might have more for another.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get 8 clues and get here to see what we're working with, yeah?
I agree to this. Yeah. And to get here, we're also going to have to unlock this.
We can come from here.
Even better.
But there's just a lot of... So my plan is probably like here to here to here, open up for 8. In some capacity, like some...
Now to get here, you're going to have to go around.
Yeah.
Because this is locked to us.
So let's reverse that then. So like if we go here, and then this goes to here, and then this goes to here, and then we go up to Icy Wastes and down.
That works.
Yeah.
Or technically, if you came down here, you could clear this and do that thing. But this
then we got to turn in the penguin tax.
Yeah. I like this route.
Okay.
A lot. So get on down with your bad self. And if we stick together, technically, as the enemy, because an enemy will spawn, we'll probably have it spawn here first.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be connected to the camp, so it's going to be chasing us slowly. But I can keep them off.
You start shooting,
digging for clues.
Yeah.
So, anyways, plus I have Dr. Amy Kinsler. Check this out. 3 secrets: spend a secret, exhauster, investigate with a base skill of 5. If I succeed, look at the top of the card of an investigator's deck or the encounter deck, and I can discard it. So I can hunt for your weakness and like dish it.
That'd be sick.
What up, Dr. Nate?
Dr. Nate in the house.
Not every day we get a doc in the house.
Dr. Nate in the house. All right, I got to think about my situation here. I guess it would be this. It would be the same thing, right? But we got to turn in Icy Waste. We don't want to do that at all. I think we might have to end up coming back through.
Oh yeah, to get to this. Yeah, you have to go. You have to either Icy Waste or Snowdrifts.
So
the upside of the Snowdrifts is it connects to both locations we need to get to.
Surely it yields at least 2 clues, right? Can't be a total waste of time.
Could be, so I suppose.
First order of business, I'm going to the Rocky Crags.
Dr. Nate says, I'm down with it. I'm thinking about trying Arkham Horror with a friend, but I'm concerned about the possibility of an enormous money sink.
What do you want to spend your money on?
The nice thing about Arkham is that you can kind of spend however much you want. So you definitely need I'd probably get the new core set. And then if you can get one of the reprints of like an entire cycle together, or the Edge of the Earth, the one we're playing right now, that's really all you need to play. And then if you like it, obviously you can keep buying more campaign expansions and whatnot, but it shouldn't be a surprise down the road of how much you're spending.
Also, yeah, you can think about it. I mean, think about it as an investment, right? I mean, you're voluntarily spending money to have this experience. So like, if you're going into it saying like, I'm disappointed that I have to buy this because the experience you're getting out of it isn't strong enough, then you shouldn't be buying it, right? But it really is like, it's not really a sink, right? It's like, it's fun. It's exceedingly fun and great.
It's also like,
you can buy as much or as little as you want.
Once you are completely caught up, like that's where I'm at now after years of playing. Currently, the expectation, even at MSRP, is $200 of expansions a year. If you want to buy everything,
you don't have to buy it.
Yeah,
it's not like there's a meta.
So you're just moving.
No, I'm gonna be productive also.
Cool.
I'm gonna pay 2 for field work.
We like the stock.
I'm gonna move here.
What's that thing's name?
When a treachery is attached to it, it gains surge. So let's not let that happen. Field work's gonna fire for +2, and then I'm gonna investigate a 3 with a 7.
Let's go.
My third action.
Skull is half of the shelter value of a location rounded up. -1 to -1. The hood's a -2. And if you fail, you get a weakness. The tablet is -3. And you discard the top card of your deck for each thing you fail by. and put a weakness into play if you draw.
I don't fail tests.
All right. Ever vigilant. One at a time. Play up to 3 assets from your hand, reducing the resource cost of each by 1. We're going to play a Dragon Pole for 2. We're going to play a Sixth Sense for 2. We're going to play a Talisman of Protection for 1.
Goodness gravy.
So I have my 2 arcane slots filled. So this is +2. Kind of a die.
Wait, did you -1 on all those?
Yeah.
That's so much value.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What are you doing with those? Why are the dice there?
It's +1 for each arcane slot I have filled. And then if I have at least 2 arcane slots down, it does +1 damage.
Wow. You can't just remember that? Now I think that the map connects to your cards. Here.
Ready to give me a different color?
Me and Serena need to have some conversation.
We have a lot of them.
I need to just sit down and we just need to dish. Can you believe that Zach does things this way?
We've been working.
Can you believe it?
I actually wanted to share this with you. We've been working we're working with the architects for our third 3.0 of our store. I've been talking about that for a long time. Every week at this point, we're having Monday meetings with the architects.
I'm there.
They're showing us stuff, etc. Usually Monday evenings or Tuesday evenings, depending on when we get those documents. I'll show them to Serena.
Oh, that's nice.
And I've learned so much about myself through this process and in our marriage in general. But the reality is, it's kind of like when you're teaching a game. Like, I want to know, or she's like telling a story, same thing. But I'm showing the things. My number one thing when I'm showing her these documents is I want to quickly go through all of it, just so you can get a broad stroke. Like,
you want to do the big picture.
Big
first,
picture.
Yeah.
You can just take it all in.
Yeah.
Then we'll come back later for specific questions and comments and thoughts. Yeah, it's like I can't even make it out of the first slide without like 10 questions that I know aren't that relevant and also will be solved by the time we get to the end.
Yeah.
But like she wants like
all the specifics up front?
Details up front, and it's just been hilarious. And I was telling her that you and Robert and her would probably have a lot of cathartic story sharing about your experiences communicating with each other.
We would.
Anyways.
We sure would.
I have 2 actions left. So
it would be nothing but positive.
I'm sure. Move here. We're going to use Sixth Sense. Investigate using my brain instead of my book.
Oh, good.
So my brain is a 3, but it's +1 from this discipline, alignment of spirit. So I'm actually investigating a 4. And then if I reveal a skull, hood, tablet, or gas mask, I can choose a revealed location connected to the location I'm at, and I'm investigating that instead.
Okay.
Which is connected to a 2. So if I draw, these bad things, all of a sudden I'm investigating something different.
What's up, Benjamin Lyons? So I want to just say hello. We're going to have to watch the recording to understand all them dice. Have a good one, guys. It's just location connectors.
-1, successful.
Good. Good job. You're also an investigator. That's very nice. You know, the upgraded version adds them together, but you can't buy it. So I guess that's beside the point.
We're going to do Sixth Sense again.
Third action?
Third action.
Dude, you're a real investigator.
Wait a second. That's my job. Okay. That's the end of the turn.
Okay. End of the turn, we're going to ready all the ready cards. Enemies will do enemy things. There's currently nobody hunting.
I have my in the thick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Everything readies, including our cards. We draw a card and gain a resource. Oh, it's an arm injury. I'm glad to get it done now, really.
Yeah. You remembered you re-injured your arm from last time.
That's right. That's right. Still hurts a little bit. A little choppy. Let's add 1 to the Mythos Doom. Look at this. Look at these new guys. Always an exciting moment whenever those new Doom tokens come out. And then let's get a bad card apiece. What do you think? You want to be the lead investigator?
Sure.
There you go.
Don't you know? Whiteout, attached to your location, and it's a hazard.
Oh, wait. This is a bad one for that. When a treasure is attached, it gains surge.
Attached to your location, each investigator at the attached location gets -1 to every stat. At the end of the round, discard it.
Okay. Fine, but you get another one.
Yeah, there we go. 0 visibility. Put 0 visibility into play in your threat area. As this would cost for you to leave the location with the treasure card attached to it, you must spend an action. At the end of your turn, you can test 2 foot. If you succeed, discard this.
So whiteout's going away. Through the Ice. Attached to the nearest location without a copy of Through the Ice. That's got to be this one, right? The one we're on?
I think so, yeah.
And once per phase, only on that. Okay, good. As an additional cost for you to enter or leave a touch location, except by scenario card effect, test 2 foot. If you fail, cancel all the stuff and it goes bad. So you don't fall through the ice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2 foot test for me to leave. It's 2 2-foot tests for you to leave, right?
Well, if I take that test and fail, I don't leave. And then for me to leave, I have to spend an extra action.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only the end of your turn.
Okay, I got you. Oh, well, then that's something. Well, luckily, we don't have to spend a lot of time here. So it's back to us. So I know one action is going to be arm injury.
Yep. Nailed it.
Second action, I can grab that clue, or you can if you just need to spend some time here.
Well, I think I've got that negative modifier.
Yeah.
That's not good for me.
Yeah, typically not.
So I think the best course of action for me is going to be build / play cards. Because I'm not having to take tests. As long as you can get those clues. We're also going to get an enemy spawning this time.
Oh, I need to draw another card because of Monterrey's ability. I moved. So.
Okay. So if you can get the clue, that would be great.
I can get the clue. I can get you a clue.
Are you gonna move somehow?
I can get you a clue by. Am I gonna move? I mean, that's a good question. 4 to a 2. What's that test worth ultimately? This is the nightmare. 2 calling in favors, but no dogs. I'll get there though.
Where my dogs at?
Where my dogs at? First action, let's heal 2.
Yeah,
1 from me and 1 from my arm. So look, that's way easier already.
Aqua blue. I got your clues right here, pal.
It's way easier. Now, I'm gonna guess. You think arm injury forced effect triggers even on the turn you get rid of it?
If it's not in play, it can't, it's morbid, right?
I don't know.
Here's a question.
I'm going to fix it and then keep moving.
Let's say this turn I played an Arcane Initiate who comes in with a Doom on it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't immediately advance the agenda, would it?
That's correct.
But then once the agenda does advance, it would clear.
You remove Doom from all cards.
So like this would be a pretty good turn to play that card.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I
think you remove it from all cards. We may need to check. It may just be campaign cards you remove it from. The stuff you hose yourself with might not get removed naturally.
For some reason, I thought all Doom cleared, unless it's
I think it does.
Because like when it's on enemies, those usually clear.
I think it does. But, the game finds a way to make what you think is good bad.
Less so.
All right, so I'm looking at a 4 to a 3 on this. It's not awesome.
Yeah, I really can't even help you.
No.
But I'll look cool standing here doing this.
I can do 5 to a 3. How's a 5 to a 3 look?
Concost saying all Doom clears.
All Doom clears, good.
Moneymaker.
Money, make. Now, I could play working a hunch here, but I really want to save it for that 4 over there.
I agree. I mean, I can take a yellow at it with the 6 cents.
No. I don't think that's how we're going to win this game of Arkham. It's just you can't see anything is the problem. All these treachery cards. All right, so first, second action, I'm gonna investigate. I'm at a 6 with my calling in favors. -1, I'm at a 5. So 5 to 3. I mean, it's not awful, right?
That's pretty good. It's like an 80% chance to succeed. I've bet on worse.
You know me and my 80%s.
Reminds me of, I think it was, that's a frost token.
That's not good, ultimately. Is that -1 and keep moving?
I'll tell you. Frost token is not explained. Hold on.
-2 and keep moving? I think it's -1 and keep moving.
I think it's -1 and keep moving.
Or is that a curse token?
But if it's 2 in a row, it's bad.
It's like auto fail?
Yeah.
But then don't you remove them? No, you never remove them, do you?
Just getting iced out. Okay.
This got way worse for me.
First ice token revealed from the bag during the skill test has the following effect. -1, reveal another token. If another ice token is revealed from the chaos bag during the same test, immediately end the reveal chaos token style.
What's the shelter value of our location? It's 3. So it's -2, -3. So that's all the minuses. Right? Round it up.
Yep.
Half the shelter value of 3 rounded up is 2.
That's right. And then you add the -1 there.
Okay, so that's a failed test there.
But it could have been worse.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose that's always the case. Huh?
Well, the hood would have given you a weakness. No. Yep.
Can you get that clue if you're not -1 next turn? Or do I need to keep slapping at it?
No, you don't need to keep... I can get it once it's not horrible.
I'm also at a 4 to a 2 to get out of here with Through the Ice. Because I'm -1 all my stats.
It goes away the first time we try that, though, right?
Yeah. But I take damage in horror.
You got heals?
It would net me a card. Let's try it.
Yeah, if you end,
4 to 2.
If I say it, any scenario you end with greater than 1 sanity and 1 health left was a waste of time.
Total waste. Health and sanity are a resource. All right, I'm going to try to move onto the treacherous path. Of course, what could go wrong there? -2 is going to be success.
Look at you. And it clears it, right?
No, it doesn't. If you fail, it clears.
Oh, okay, so I still have to pass that.
Yeah,
test.
that's
cool.
true. Strictly.
It doesn't go away at the end of the turn?
No, it sure doesn't. Sure doesn't.
That's a problem.
Okay, well, I get a free card. So I'll end my turn. I'll trigger Monterey Jack's ability. I'm going to be digging for cards because I don't need money right now. These are good cards to have. Excellent. All right, back to you. Hope you can find your way.
Okay. Let's... 1... I'm going to draw a card.
First action, draw. Weakness? No.
Let's play an Arcane Initiate.
Second action, Arcane Initiate.
Fast action. Search the top 3 cards of my deck for a spell and draw it.
You got one.
Scrying.
Okay. You can stare into your coffee cup.
Now, let me consult my compendium here. How many arcane slots do you normally have?
You normally have 2.
All right, and then the Dragon Pole gives me a 3rd one, so I can play. This is perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so good. We're gonna play Scrying. It's my 3rd action.
You don't need the text visible because you'll never ever use it.
Right. But it does give me +1 to my attacks, which is the real goal here. This worked out beautiful. Okay, so then at the end of my turn, I test 2 foot.
Yeah.
I'm at 3.
Oh, Lily 2 foot there.
You're
just going to take a 3 to a 2 here?
Yeah, I just don't have an option.
This thing is screaming down the mountain at a terrifying pace.
Here we go. I'm -1. I pull -1s all day.
All the time. That's all you do.
That one's -2. If you fail, shuffle the top card of this weakness deck into my deck.
It's fine. This is fine. I'm sure it's okay.
Everything's fine.
I like how the numbers that we're testing are lower than they should be. Every time. These 2 margins, we don't win Arkham on these 2 and 1 margins.
Hey,
we just don't.
Listen here.
Hey, boy.
Everything's gonna be fine.
What is it, Grandpa Zach?
All right, that was the end of turn test. This thing falls away, and I was at -1 anyway, so that was just doomed to fail.
Yeah, we didn't care. We knew that
this
was done.
stays though, so we're just gonna deal with that in a second.
Well, you are. You need to get that clue though. I think is one of our big problems.
I can still get it.
And then you didn't. You just tested 0 visibility and failed. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what that test was that got me that weakness. Okay.
So that's exciting. Then we're going to ready all of our cards.
Yep.
Enemies would do enemy things. There's no hunting to be done. We're going to draw a card. A dog. We're going to gain a resource. Did you gain your money?
Nope.
Don't sleep on your money.
It's a dream of mine. Pile of cash.
Don't sleep on your money.
That would actually be so funny. Oh, man. Okay. Then Doom on.
Yeah.
Clear Doom.
Clear Doom. Advance. Remove 2 Doom. And then choose one of our Seeping Nightmares. Doesn't matter. I'll take mine. It's closest. We'll take a card from it and spawn it at its location. Skittering Nonsense. Is this supposed to be here? Hunter, when you defeat it, shuffle the top card of the Telekalili deck into your deck without looking at it. If you cannot, this thing attacks us. Okay. So
does that happen before the Hunter keyword would trigger, or Hunter's first? So it
no,
stays
we're not even near Hunter. Hunter happens at the end of our investigator phase.
Which is way past that.
Or technically at the end of the, after the investigator phase, the enemy phase. So we're at the top of the round here.
Okay.
Something that players of Arkham will never, ever understand, as far as I can tell.
Now, the location is connected to the campsite, but it's also, is it connected to my location currently?
Oh, yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
It's going to come in there and cause some problems.
I'm just sitting there to soak up the enemies, you know?
All right, bad card apiece. You can take that first one.
Don't like this. Ice Shaft. Test 3 foot. For each frost token revealed during this test, take a damage. If you fail, take 2 damage.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest failing there if you can keep from it there.
Yeah, well, it's a 3 foot.
You look like somebody who would have a bigger foot stat than that.
Small feet, dude. Small feet.
Yeah. I myself have...
So it's 3 to 3. Let me see.
Great margin. I like that. So you can't boost it in any way? Can you put a discipline in that makes you faster or something?
Yeah, eventually.
Cool.
We'll get there.
Okay.
We're doing fine now. It's fine.
I wonder what happens if we just, like, die.
Oh, here you go.
Wonder no more. Not happening.
Just
I know I got a nice shaft.
Stared that test right down.
I got a 5 to a 3, though.
And it made it shake in his boots.
5 to a 3. Easy.
Easy peasy.
You know what's going to happen. You and I both know what's going to happen here.
-3, man. Here comes that tablet. Oh, didn't even need the tablet. It's just a -3 straight up.
Okay. If you fail, take 2 damage. I did fail. I guess I'll be taking 2 damage.
Luckily, you brought a doctor.
I got the doc, man. I got the doc.
All
okay,
right.
cool.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, fun. Good times, everybody.
All right, so I'm thinking I might spend 2 actions. The crazy thing is, I have to spend 2 actions to attempt to leave.
That seems like a non-starter, honestly, right off the bat.
And if I fail...
It feels like you're going to be banging your head against getting that clue for at least 2 actions, and then you're going to, like, play a card or something.
Well, if I fail, at least that thing gets discarded, right?
Yeah, that's true. You can just...
And then the cost to leave actually is only 1 action. Because this only is an extra action if there's something attached to it.
Yeah, totally.
Because I'm thinking I don't want to be there when the enemy shows up, but I might go back and kill the enemy and then get the clue.
Oh, you're leaving a clue.
Well, for the moment.
Uh-huh.
But, like, I can only go so fast.
I know how this goes in Arkham. We're never getting back. Although, we will have to sweep back through.
Well, and just generally, I feel like I'm kind of going to have to slowly trail you to kill the enemies. And, like, you're going to be the one moving forward to get the clues first.
I dig it, yeah. I dig it. And we'll probably sweep back through here. So I think that's great. If you need to move, let's move.
If not, I'm just going to take the enemy punch to the face. Which was fine, but...
So basically, take 2 actions, attempt to move, test through the ice. You're going to move no matter what.
Yeah, with my 3rd action. If I pass it, I move anyway.
Yeah.
And then it is what it is.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to use 2 actions and try to move. And I'm testing 3 to 2.
I kind of want you to fail this.
So, just to get rid of it?
Yeah.
I agree. But, you know.
It's a good start. Very fitting.
2 to 2.
You got a frost.
He's got the magic. Don't mind me. Just cruising on out of here.
Even on the things you want to fail, you can't fail.
I can't fail. Too big to fail.
2 can't fail.
2 can't fail. Okay, so here's the other thing. I'm going to use my 6th sense.
Uh-huh.
And if I pull one of these tokens, I can actually be investigating the other thing instead.
That's pretty cool. That's hip.
What's the shelter value here? 1? That's pretty good. So if I pull a skull, I can definitely do it. What am I at? 4 to 3. So I might make this work. So I'm gonna... How important do you think a dynamite blast is gonna ultimately be in our future?
Well, we know there's 8 enemies lurking.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use this.
I'd hold the dynamite if I were you. Of course, I'm not the person having to make that decision.
I'm gonna use 6th sense, and I'm gonna throw in a guts.
Good guts. Good guts.
So I'm testing 6 to 2. We'll see what I draw and what I decide to do. So I just succeed. So I'll get a clue and draw a card. And then it's over to you.
Cool. That's great.
And you know what? I'll fast action here. Look at the top 3 for a spell. I didn't get one.
Great play. This is a great time for Arcane Initiate. I mean, it's just built for it, this one.
Yeah. Keep
nice.
clearing it.
What's up, Red Tyrant? What'd you miss? Oh, we're just effectively playing the game. I'm going to do something I'd rather not do.
And that clue that's sitting there?
Yeah?
Me next turn doing the exact same thing I did to try to snipe the clue from downtown.
Does that excite you?
It's just, it's a great thing for me to be doing.
Okay.
All things considered.
I might give that a crack.
Thanks, Kangas. Oh, man.
What if that clue wasn't there?
It's fine.
Yeah, I think I should grab that. Just because I think it's a likelihood to very much trigger the cigarette case. I've got a good shot at it.
We like the cigarette case.
Ooh, no. Because I'm going to field work over to the precarious ice sheet. That's how we work that.
Oh,
Move, investigate, working a hunch, 1 action left. Yeah, that's right.
Waboom.
Waboom indeed. And never has something been waboomed quite. Okay, so 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Do you think the next treachery card is going to do damage or sanity to me? What are the odds? What do you think? If you stare at the deck, what do you think?
5%.
Okay. So let's do a lucky cigarette case. Take an action and move to the precarious ice sheet. It's going to trigger field work. Going to investigate a 7 to a 4. Old-fashioned investigate. -2 still on the table. Did we get it back?
It's like when I take that lead champions token from you. You just don't even see it happening.
-1. That's going to be 2 ahead.
Oh my goodness.
So I will draw a card. The value is crazy there.
Stacks on stacks.
Stacks on stacks.
That's like the money you made from your money making you money.
It's nuts.
You know what I mean?
And then...
That's the interest making you money now. Time value money, man, is basic.
Oh, I got higher education too. Let's not forget that. I need to be working that. So I'm gonna keep.
You don't have to brag about it.
I'm gonna keep 5 cards in my hand.
I get it. You got the degree.
End of my turn.
Some philosophy.
Monterrey is going to draw a card. No, it's a thermos. I don't need anymore. Great, awesome. I'm glad I had to do that, MJ. Thank you. Okay, I'm done. Everything readies. We do have a hunter. That technically this is closest to an enemy, or to us.
Oh, end of my turn I have to test this foot again.
Yeah, you gotta test the foot.
I'm ahead by 1. Come on, 0. -4. It's staying with me.
Yeah, you just can't see anything.
It's tough. Man, the snow is fall. It's like
it's tough.
What's the name of the character in Charlie Brown with the cloud of smoke around him?
Linus?
It's like Linus, but it's the snow following me. I just can't get away from it.
This snow smells awful.
You're not to say the smell, but you know.
It did say an ichor was raising up through the ice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then enemies have hunted. Everything's readied. Ready everything that needs readying.
Yeah.
I actually exhaust my cards, so I do have to pay attention there. And then draw a card, gain a resource.
We like the style. Do you mind? Pigpen. Pigpen's the character.
Pigpen, that's right.
Linus the piano guy, right?
That's right. Yeah. And then here's a bad card for you, if you don't mind.
Antarctic Wind. Attached to the nearest location without a copy of Antarctic Wind. I'm going to guess that's my location.
That'd be yours, yeah.
Investigators to the attached location cannot play cards or draw cards from their deck. At the end of the turn, discard Antarctic Wind. Cool. Cool. Just getting iced out.
Funny. Kindred Mist. Attached to the nearest location. When one or more cards from the Technically deck would be shuffled into your deck while you are at an attached location, draw them instead, place them on the bottom of your deck instead of the bottom of the Technically deck. So don't get the weaknesses here.
No, noted.
What does that say?
When you draw a hazard treachery while here, add a frost token.
It's not a hazard.
Okay, get that clue and run.
Why is this... Man, this is just like a new level of straight oppression.
Well, it's really... This is kind of cool because the bad cards are attaching to the locations and not like enemies that are... Or like even necessarily directly affecting our stats and money and stuff. So it's messing with a different variable that we don't see as much. Makes the terrain harder.
Yeah.
Less that it's making our lives harder on our side of the board.
You're right. How did you get 3 clues?
2 from here, 1 from here.
Yeah, that's good. It's more than I've gotten.
I got that 6th sense. Just feeling.
My plan is to work this hunch on the ice sheet.
Yep. Then you're going to go down to the frozen shores.
Are they connected? They are, yeah.
They are, yeah. It's the next stop on the train.
Yeah, choo-choo. Yeah. I'm going to play a card, move, and investigate.
I like the stock, man.
All right, so let's play Working a Hunch for 2. It's just a free clue. It's just so good. First real action, let's go to the Frozen Shores.
Mm-hmm. Gobble, gobble.
Second real action is to play a sled dog. The dog will do you. And then the field work, of course, is going to fire. And then we'll investigate a 7 to a 2. These are the numbers you need to be putting up. Just in case you're curious. Yeah. 7 to 2.
Well, let me swing at something. You'll see what happens.
It's a margin of course. Yeah. So
The irony. The irony. Wah, wah, wah. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
The version of air horn for us is just the full screenshot.
I like that.
Just like
just
it's
up
like
close
a
and
pan.
personal.
Yeah, it's like, would you like to feel the disappointment?
We were recording last week's podcast. I did the deadpan.
Yeah,
you know, it's like just a dead camera sitting over there. Okay.
Oh wow.
Wowie.
Well, it's just just puts us a little behind.
All right. Here's what I'm thinking. You're fine. You had nothing else to do except get the clues.
Yeah, I mean it's just a couple of wasted actions over the course of the game.
What's it even matter to you? So I think I'm gonna use my 6th sense to investigate and either get the clue on the location I'm at or the clue connected to the location that I'm at. And then we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's start there. And then you can't move or play cards or activate abilities.
I can't play cards. I can move. It just costs me 2 actions. So realistically, if I can 6th sense to grab both of those clues,
that would be sick.
let the enemy come to me, take the damage, but then destroy it.
Yeah.
And then
Mercy
we're off to the race.
And we got another one coming.
Yeah. I'm prepared. Yeah. I got my dragon pole at the ready. Hold on. Yeah. I feel like we have a broken token.
Is it that stupid tentacle? Is it the 0 you keep pulling?
Nothing.
Wow.
Just felt like
your
it.
hands just, you know?
It's like seeing the 1s and the 0s in the Matrix.
When I did move, I need to draw a card for my ability.
So I'm at 4 to 2.
Fortitude?
And actually, before I draw. Because if I get a -1, I can get that other clue, which would be a skeleton. I might add a card. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna add this to the test. Can't play it anyway.
Sure.
There
is a break. It's the one you pull. Oh, it's one of those frosties.
Okay. So I'm ahead by 2. That way, if I get a hood or a skull, I can get the clue from next door.
Very nice.
-1. So I'll just grab this clue.
Now, do you try it again? I mean, is the question. You know, the odds of a skull or a cultist there are not great, especially if you're not bumping it again.
So let's think about this. Let's just try this.
Does that say draw it? You can't do it.
What do you say?
Can't draw cards from your deck, apparently, with that Antarctic Wind.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to shuffle anyway because I saw them.
I think that's drawing cards from your deck, right? It says look at them and draw one.
And draw it, yeah.
I'll grim roll that.
Alright.
Well, you know, What you can do is just gain 2 money. If they're going to make us inefficient, we may as well do it, you know? Mattis is right. That's it. Smash that like button. Furl that sail. Ring that bell. Subscribe. If you want to see more of this content in your feed, subscribe. I'd really like to see you guys in the feed. I'd really love it if you guys would like my content and subscribe.
Yeah, I'm just going to gain 2 money.
Covenant Nation.
Save up for that dynamite.
There you go. Okay, here we go. All right, everything readies?
This goes away at the end of the round. I take my foot test.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, take your foot test.
Which I'm ahead by 1. I am going to throw in a backpack because I already have all the stuff that I would get with my backpack. So I'm ahead by 2 to try to get rid of 0 visibility.
Putting your backpack in front of your face.
That's right.
+1. Boom.
Get rid of that.
Sweep it around the table first. Throw it on the infield.
Dramatic hand gesture. Okay, and then now we can go to the end of the round.
Okay, so into the investigator stuff happens. Everything's going to ready, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that doesn't happen yet, does it? I think enemies do stuff, and then they ready. And then everything readies.
Brett was expecting a lot more air horn today.
Yeah, bummer, right? Bummer.
So I'm going to take 1 on 1.
You move, it attacks. Everything readies. It's yours. We draw a card. We gain a resource.
Okay, nice. I lose 2 resources, as this is the weakness I just drew.
What's it called?
It's called...
Telekali? Telekalili? Telekalili.
It's just one of the weaknesses. Does it have a specific name? Or are they all just named the same thing? But then it goes on the bottom of this deck.
I think that one's the old-fashioned one. You just lose 2 money?
Yep.
You already covered it. We knew.
It was great. It was great.
All right, then we go to the top of the round, the Mythos phase. We're going to add a Doom. That's going to clear all Doom on the board. And because Manifestations of Evil says as much, we're going to get a rando enemy from your stack and spawn it at Remnants of Lake's camp.
Another
wow, that's very fortunate for us.
Yeah.
Only the weaklings.
Okay.
And then we get a bad card apiece.
Let's do it.
Starting with you.
Give me an enemy. Polar Vortex, attached to your location. When you end your turn at the attached location, each card you control with health, including your investigator, takes 1 direct damage. At the end of the round, discard it.
Remember, you take damage for snow tokens, so keep that in mind.
Okay. I'm just going to punch this thing and leave because I don't have that thing anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get a bad card too. White out. -1 to all your skills.
Okay.
Buried. Bury me with my money. All right, so Steven's plan is... Dental plan... Depends on how risky I want to be here. How risky do you want to be?
I think I'm going to punch the nonsense, move to the location with the clue, and investigate to try to get that clue. Is my turn. You want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah, it's a fine turn, yeah.
All right, we're going to use the Dragon Pole. I'm at +1 attack for each arcane slot, which is 3. So I'm attacking for 7 to 2, head by 5.
2 damage?
Yeah.
Killed.
And then I get the top one of these shuffled into my deck. Okay. Then I will move back here. And then I'm going to... it's a 3. I'm going to use this to investigate at a 5.
All right. That's a respectable usage. Very respectable.
And let's see what we get. -3. For each point I fail by, discard the top card of my deck. I fail by 1. Draw any weaknesses that I would draw. So, nothing.
Wow.
Over to you.
It's giving us the brakes every time we're about to hit the gas. You feel that way?
I do, yeah. But it's okay.
It's just a little cold.
Daryl says, punch the nonsense. How'd you know the name of my metal band?
Okay. We're going to have to be very tactical about this situation here.
I mean, it feels like we're in, like, the Antarctic.
It does.
It's just
the weather is
us
the
down.
enemy, right?
Yeah.
The weather's the enemy. Can I hit a -1 on a 5 to 3?
A -1?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I can buff it more here. Okay, hold on a second. I've got ideas. Got a lot of ideas here, actually.
What are you working this through?
I figured this out. 2, 3.
I'm gonna go Invisalign.
6, 7. Okay. Man, quick thinking is so good with higher education. This card is busted. So let's see. I think my play here is quick thinking, higher education, investigate. Get a free action, get a card for cigarette case. Second action, technically first action, if quick thinking hits, investigate. That clears both clues. Second real action, move. And then last action, move to Zach. And that sets us up for move into the crystalline cavern. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. And then I get a card and a money. I get a money for the turn. I come back in. I play second sled dog. Now I'm on 2 moves. I'm feeling good. I can also contribute a 2 damage attack to the mix if needed. This all seems right. And I still don't have any hands. My hands are unused. These healing hands. I can play the bullwhip here too. It actually might come in handy. Yeah, Retro does the ice trigger here? Yeah, to enter you have to test 2. We'll have him do that when he comes back. That'd be nice, actually. Maybe he'll fail it and then we can just be done with it because we're just tired of seeing it there. Okay. I think that's fine. So basically I'm trading 1 money for a card and an action. That's good, right? That's good. That's worth doing. And then next turn we kick it off with dogs. And then we can actually dog, and then we can come back in next turn and do calling in favor dog. Getting 2 money a turn.
I like walking in the room too, calling in favor dog.
Calling in favor dog. Okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to investigate the frozen shorts. It's a 2. I'm a 4 because I'm -1 in my stats.
Okay.
I'm going to go to +1 with quick thinking. I'm going to spend 1 on higher education for +2. So I'm +3, so 7 to 2.
Is this the one where you get an extra action if you succeed?
I'll get a card in action if I succeed by 2 or more. Not that we should have said that out loud.
Yeah. Knock on the wood, you know? Look at that. 0.
All right, quick thinking fires. I'm just going to start my turnover basically. And Lucky Cigarette Case is going to fire as well.
Start your turnover with a bonus buck.
Bonus bucks. Okay. And a clue, right?
So we now have the requisite number of, well, no, we don't.
Not yet.
Not to access Penguin Land.
We can access this though. We've got 8 between us.
Yeah, but you'd have to come back.
I'm coming back.
Who let the dogs out, dude?
Who let the dogs out? I think first action, investigate. Second, third, I'm going to get back. Oh, you need to take this test. When you enter, you have to take the 2-foot test as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Head by 1.
But if you fail it, awesome. Like, fail
I want to
please.
fail. Yeah, please. I failed, but I'm going to get another weakness.
Don't you just discard the top? Oh, no, you don't. It's funny.
That's right.
Not because you're suffering. Well,
yes.
Actually, that's
explicitly.
Maybe that's explicitly why
because
it's funny. Yeah. Great. Well, we can get that out of there.
Yeah.
It was dirtying up my table. Okay, so all of that transpired, and I have 3 actions left. We like it.
We do, indeed.
first action.
Gonna get that last clue, dog?
Let's get a clue. 2 up. 2 up's pretty good, right?
Yeah, most of the time it will succeed.
-1.
Like that time.
Done.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Second action. Let's go up into that polar vortex. And then third action, we'll go to the Rocky Crags, right?
Yep. Then I need you to get that clue.
I'll be doing it. You kind of want to save field work for that, honestly. Does crash site go here to here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to stay here because that's
technically,
garbage.
You can go there from here. It's connected.
Yeah, that's what I did, right? I don't want to like stay here just so I can come in and get +2 because then all my stuff takes 1 damage because of this polar vortex.
Yeah, I mean, can you move there in a single action next turn?
Here?
No.
I can't move here in a single action from here, rather.
Oh, I thought you had a bonus move somehow from a dog or something.
I will be able to play a dog and then move twice up, but it's kind of net because when you play it that turn, it's net bad.
If you had anything to do besides the move right now, that's going to go away.
Yeah, because I might just go ahead and do that. At the end of the round, discard this, so this won't be here. So I've got 2 actions. Bless you.
Yeah.
Man, part of me just wants to spend some money. No, because moving is going to net me money on cards as well. So any of those things would be... I'm just going to move up to you.
All right.
I can get that the old-fashioned way. Done. And then because I moved twice, draw a card, gain a money.
Whoosh.
Crazy. Everything readies.
Okay.
Hunters hunt. So this is closest to us, I think. Camp is considered connected.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call.
Everything readies. We draw a card and gain a resource.
My odds of hitting a weakness are like 1,000,000.
Ooh, good times. Good timing on that. And then we go to the top of the round. We're gonna do 1 Doom. And then we're gonna get a bad card each. These are the off turns.
You notice how these bad cards are never anywhere near positive for us. Revelation. Attach to the nearest location without a copy of Kindred Mist attached.
Oh, through the ice cancels the move. Right. So when you failed, it discards, but you end up here. Which means, at the end of the round...
well, it means that the investigate I did was null and void.
Uh-huh.
Which then puts this back. And then I just move instead of investigating.
Huh. And then you just move back?
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. So did you put a clue back?
Yeah, I put a thing back. I didn't get a clue. I failed.
Oh, you didn't get a clue. You just failed. Okay, great. So we end up here.
But as a failed test, I wouldn't have taken if I had done that.
Okay, same difference, yeah.
So this Kindred Mist is going to attach this location, which I think means it has surge, right? This goes away at the end. Is that gone?
Yeah. Thanks.
So this is gone too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that surges. Oh, and I've got to discard
when one or more cards from the deck would be shuffled into your deck, draw them instead. So that's going to attach, and I'm going to get surge.
When one or more cards would be drawn, shuffled. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Dark Aurora. Test 3 brain. For each frost token revealed this test, take a horror. If I fail, take 2 horror.
You need any brain bumps? I can bump you 1, bro. I don't need that thermos, right? Does that put you at 5?
3, 4. Touching a 3.
You got discipline over there for 4. This puts you at 5.
Yeah. So I'm ahead by 2.
5 to 3 is good, right? Oof.
-3. So I'll take 1 horror.
If you fail, take 2.
Take
straight
2
up.
horror.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
And then I failed with a tablet, so I discard the top card of my deck. For each point I failed by 1. For each weakness goes into my hand, which was none, and then that goes away.
Bogus. Glad you got that on me, though. Although but you're 3 away from death, huh? You got an arcane initiative.
I also have my healing, which will come back around too.
Polar Mirage. Attached to the nearest location with at least 1 clue on it. Our thing has a clue. After you discover, take control of a clue, discard each non-weakness card in hand. I can't do that.
We don't need that clue right now. Does it go away at the end of the round?
No. It's there forever. So I hope your sixth sense can deal with that.
I think I would still have to trigger the ability.
Yeah. After you discover or take control of one or more clues that attach to the location, discard each non-weakness card in your hand. That would be 8 cards for me. So I cannot do that.
Yeah. We can already unlock this door, though, so we'll start there.
Yeah, we'll unlock the door. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go kill that Seeping Nightmare.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Yeah. 6 health? Okay. Yeah.
I can contribute 2 damage as well, if that's helpful. Like if you need to do a move, punch, punch, and then I can do a move, punch.
I'm going to move down there.
Let's cash him in, man.
I'll spend 4.
I'll spend 3. I mean 4.
You want to reveal this location?
All right. As an initial cost, investigators must spend 4 clues as a group. That's right. Crystalline Cavern has 6 clues on.
And it has testify foot to climb up one of the crystalline walls in search of evidence. If you succeed in the supplies recovered section of the campaign log, record miasmic crystal.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
That's a shelter 8. We got bamboozled. They told us to go to the barrier camp, but actually the crystalline cavern made, of course, because of course it's a crystalline cavern.
Magic caverns. I mean, what else can you ask for?
Man, those are some hard clues. 5 shroud. What are they doing?
Well, we're just gonna have to. I'll find a few scenes of the crimes. You know.
I got higher education.
Yeah, let's go. You keep referencing that degree.
I'm just
one
saying,
day it'll pay off.
One day, but I didn't learn
Okay.
this.
So this enemy is a 3 fight.
Yeah.
My fight stat is naturally 7. So when I'm using my dragon pole, I'm ahead by 2. So let's
do the right math. Do the good math.
Let's do the first one. I'm ahead by 2.
Okay.
-1. Successful.
You actually did it.
2 damage. Great.
Well, butter my biscuits.
Can't miss.
Yeah, we
Can't
spent
miss.
8 clues, Daniel. Retro Daniel. What's retro Daniel? What's a retro version of the name Daniel?
No idea.
It's a kind of an early name, isn't it?
So I'm ahead by 2.
Okay, good so far.
Which I'm uncomfortable with. I don't know if this is worth it.
Don't fail. I only have 1 shot at 2 damage, so
What kind of is it? Physical test?
it's actually gonna be a foot test.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Daniellis, that's right.
Well, I
good stuff.
could. I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, I may as well just contribute. Okay, I'll swing again. So I could play Spectral Razor, but I could also just contribute Spectral Razor and be the same math without spending the money. I think getting ahead by 3 makes me a lot more comfortable.
Your fight is a 4, and you're at +3, right? That's 7
To 3.
to 3.
I'm ahead by 4.
How can you do better than that?
I could be ahead by 5. In my head, I was only ahead by 2. That's right. I'm ahead by 4.
You're ahead. You got dragon poles and different area codes.
All right, here we go. I was like, why was I so confident about this? And because I thought I was only ahead by 2. Got it.
Nailed it.
All right.
Whoosh.
Your turn. Don't fail.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually something I can very much do.
Just don't.
First action, let's pay 2 to play a trusty bullwhip. Yeah.
Insert Indiana Jones theme here.
Second action, let's move down to where you are. And then third action, let's fight. I'm going to use feet instead of fist. My feet stat is a 5. The fight stat is a 3.
Head by 2. Use that diploma.
Can't higher education your way into more feet.
Whip's a fast action, by the way.
Woo!
You get an extra shot.
You get one extra shot. All right. I'm going to contribute Swift Reflexes.
We like it.
Yeah.
So you're ahead by 4.
Head by 4.
Oh, come on. Too big to fail. Can't see it, but I hope it's good.
It's a 0.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So he's defeated.
So I'm going to exhaust the Bullwhip to give +1 damage to the attack.
When CB Nightmare is defeated, remove each face-down card beneath it from the game. And it has a victory 0, right? Because it's this kind of enemy.
That's right. Each island enemy gains victory 0.
Yeah. We defeated one of these things.
Right.
That should also be
So they're slain.
permanently.
They're gone for good. Wow. Well, who's laughing now? I've got one left.
All right. Do your business.
One action remains.
Josh says, higher education doesn't help during foot tests. What? Did they not make you take PE during college?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like so true. That's absurd. I won by 2, too. I get to Lucky Cigarette Case, and I forgot to field work.
Wow, you had that test in different area.
Different area code, so I don't even need to use the Swift Reflexes. I'm not going to waste my time on that. 4 up is where you want to be. Exhaust field, yeah. Next skill test, so I can't choose. And then Lucky Cigarette Case draws me a card. And then I have one more action.
It's working.
4, 5, 6, 7. I want one more sled dog before till morning. I think this is worth taking a shot at. Going to 6, 6 to 5. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing really.
Just get one of those weaknesses.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's fast action magnifying glass.
Come on now. In the crystalline caverns. Let's go.
What are these crystals? Then I'll take a 6 to a 5.
I like your voice acting for Monterey Jack. He's less.
Oh, dads.
Come on.
+1. Let's go.
We like the stock. Hey, you have enough to get over here if you want.
That's true. We can go to Penguin Land. This is a disaster, but
we'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
End of the round.
End of the round. Everything readies. Hunters hunt. This guy is gonna what? Come this way?
Yeah, he's waddling over. Either of those things go away?
No. They're just all bad.
Yeah,
so just don't. That clue is gone. We'll never discover the secrets.
No, I can use my Sixth Sense. Although this triggers if I do that, right? It's fine. My hand's not that important.
All right, everything readies.
So discard. On the force on Kindred Mist, says when one or more, etc., take it into your hand. Period. Discard Kindred Mist at the end of this round.
I think it's all tied in the same effect, yeah. Like, usually they tie them together.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Like,
Just
this is
sure.
Polar Vortex. That's kind of the forced.
Yeah, cool.
Retain your one or more clues. Discard each one. Discard. Yeah. So it only triggers once, I guess.
Yeah, and if
It's
you
Mirage. Draw a card, gain a money.
A big foot test. The trying to find those supplies in the cavern is probably smart.
I just gained a clue.
Here's another of those weaknesses. They're all called the same thing.
Oh, and one.
Can you pick one of these at random?
From Monterey.
I'm gonna discard it.
You can't be I can't be trusted. I'm too good. My Netrunner skills. This one. Guts. That's a fine one to discard.
Someone asked if we put a clue in the bag. Did we?
Is this how my phone ends up in the refrigerator?
Yeah. Superstar.
Christy and the Mist leaves at the end of
the.
the round. Okay, I'll take it.
I don't think we put a clue in there. It just is kind of at the tail end there. I don't know.
I thought it would all. It's all after the colon, right? Draw them instead, place them on the bottom of your deck instead of the bottom. Discard Kindred Mist at the end of the round. It feels very much like it's tied to the first effect. That's the whole point of the colon, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think they gotta stay, right? They want to trigger once, is what Arkham's telling me, I think. No clues in the bag. Anything else weird happening on the table? Did you draw a card and gain a money?
I got my weakness, yeah.
Okay.
My deck was stuffed full like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Thanksgiving turkey.
All right, here comes another one. Manifestation of Madness. Hunter, forced when Manifestation of Madness attacks you, shuffle the top 2 cards of the weakness deck without looking at them. For each card, you cannot... into your deck without looking. For each card you cannot shuffle, it gets +1 damage, +1 horror for this attack.
When they resolve, do they get discarded or shuffled into the bottom?
They go to the bottom of the deck.
You're sure?
Mm-hmm.
How could that ever be the case? If all of them were in your decks, I guess? I mean...
The one I just said discard 1 card at random, then put this on the bottom of the deck.
Well,
yeah,
I guess
straightforward. Yeah, you'd have to be really, really crazy. We say that like it's not possible for all of those to be in our decks, but I think it's hinting at the fact that that's going to be very possible.
All right, everything's ready, etc. So then we got the enemy. Now we get a bad card apiece. How hard is it to kill this thing? Oh, not too hard.
A paraphobia. Test brain, where X is your location shelter value.
Hey, that's an 8.
If you fail, you must decide one. Take a horror for each point you failed by. Place 2 of your clues on your location. Add a frost token to the bag.
You're going to add a frost token to the bag here.
You bet, yeah. 4 to 8. No way to pass that.
Yeah.
-3, so I'm also going to get a bonus weakness. Well... I don't think I can choose the clue one.
No, this is a different one. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Oh my gosh, you just failed by 8.
A lot. No, I'm
7.
I'm at 4, and it's at
3.
11. So I take 7.
That's one way to think of it. Yeah.
And any weaknesses?
Yeah, that's right.
1,
that's right. Yeah.
2,
Oof.
3, 4,
Yikes.
5,
Oof.
6, 7.
And I love that it hit 3 weaknesses and discarded 2 ward of protections. It's just kind of beautiful how that works.
Panic. Put panic into play. Can be healed if it were a single point of horror. Cool. We'll be doing that. Lose 2 resources. Place this at the bottom of the deck. Well, at least I'm getting these things out of my deck, honestly.
Oh, man, that's bad, though. It's so funny.
Take a horror. Place this on the bottom of the deck. Okay, cool.
Put it on your Arcane Initiate. What did you make me nervous?
I'm about to heal stuff, though. It's going to be great.
Where's the bag, anyway?
You have it. Yeah, I think it's in your lap.
Cool. Okay, that was fine, right? Nobody's worried about that. And then I have a card as well. Phantasmagoria.
That's one of those fab cards, right?
If there are no Seeping Nightmares in play, it gains search. Otherwise, find the Seeping Nightmare nearest the investigator. If there are 1 or more cards beneath it, choose one of them at random, spawn it, etc.
All right, this... Oops.
What could go wrong?
Don't know how that happened. I think this is here. This is here.
We didn't do those right there. Yeah. These guys. This guy.
It's like this?
That guy is coming in here, right?
I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, so that. And then this guy, the Icy Wastes, come down. Through two.
Everyone was sitting there from the very beginning. I played that turn 1. I was just sitting there.
Man, who knows what any of this is even doing?
These guys are here.
And then this goes here.
Yeah, and then this spawns. Glacial Phantasm.
Oh, this is just horrible now.
I'll tell you what, though. Unlocking this and then having me go toss some dynamite in this room is going to be glorious.
Hey, I like that. That's going to happen now?
Yeah. I'm just reading Panic, so I understand what's going on here.
Dude.
That's a gone. Okay.
It's gone. Okay. Did I do the bad card already? Yes, I did. I did, right? What did I do? I spawned the enemy, right.
Okay. Oh, and the Glacial Phantasm is not a hunter.
So it's just going to sit there ready for dynamite.
It's ready. Move it once toward the location with the most investigators. In player order, each investigator at the location shuffles the top card of the deck, weakness deck, into their deck. And, yeah.
At the end of the enemy phase. So that means it wouldn't hit you the same turn it moved to you.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, now we get to do things.
All right. My thinking is I play the emergency cache. I move to the broad snowdrifts, and I drop a dynamite into this room, doing 3 damage to everything. So
I'm a big fan
of that.
Clear that,
get that to 1. That'll come to me, and I'll knock it out. And this will be halfway to gone.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
But I need you to be willing to spend your clues when I move.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend them right now.
For that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's play emergency cache. Gain $3.
You want to move first in case this bamboozles you?
Sure. Could bamboozle me in the wrong kind of way, though.
Yeah, well, that's always.
Let's move to the broad snowdrifts and see what my penguin friends have to say.
Did we put a blizzard token in the bag from that card, the bad card? This one, add 1 token to the chaos bag.
Yeah, I did not, but I should have.
You could take 7 horror instead if you want.
Well, you know. Okay. Comes in with 4 clues. And reaction when you successfully investigate broad snowdrifts, add 1 frost token to the chaos bag. Discover 3 additional clues.
So that's optional.
Limit once per game. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. We can, now that we've gotten.
It's 1 shroud. So
it's just begging us. It's just begging us to add blizzards into the bag.
Emergency cash. Dynamite.
That feels good.
Yeah. So that goes to the victory pile.
That's very nice there. That's a good one. That's very good.
It's an efficient play.
Yeah. I mean 9 damage. Right there, like that.
We like the stock.
Huh.
All right. Over to you. Huh.
Would you look at that? How many clues do we even... So we need 8 clues total, right?
Yeah. Now, technically, this thing's going to move over, and I'm going to knock it out.
Yeah.
And then these clues are going to be easy to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those clues are nothing.
But then once this spawns this last enemy, this will gain Hunter. So we don't even need to go into here.
Oh, sure. So we can just do the old-fashioned...
It'll jump to us, and then we murder it, and then we resign.
Do the twist there. If you have another instance of dynamite, you could clear this out, and we could advance the act.
Yeah, I sure don't. But advancing the act requires clues, right?
No.
What's it say?
If there are no Eidolon enemies in play, advance.
Okay, great. So that's what we'll do.
All we have to do is kill these guys? Is that really the whole game?
I think so. But I think doing stuff like clearing this is going to be really helpful. Even looking at this location might be helpful.
So climbing the walls is a priority here.
Yeah. Now, technically, there's enough clues here to open this. So yeah, climbing the walls would become your priority.
Okay, I can do that. I can climb some walls. To test 5? Ugh.
It's gross.
I got 1 crack at it, don't I?
The dogs really aren't climbers, are they?
Oh, they can be. I'm not having to move. I'm feeling good about my needs, my movement needs. What's up, I Hang Jr.? Okay, I guess I gotta make a decision here, don't I? I think I want to save for dogs. But we assume when this thing is dead, there's one... that's the end of it.
Yeah, I assume.
I don't think... This is short.
Yeah.
I don't think we have time. I don't have time to play doggos as much. I mean, I'm glad that I have some soak in.
Yeah, I think in this map, particularly with the doggos, like, you also don't have free movement.
Mm-hmm.
So you can only go so far so fast. After this, we leave this scenario, so I'm hoping we get kind of a different map.
Or if we maybe open up all of these locations.
Yeah, which is kind of why I like, we've opened this up some more, and then if we get this as well, we kind of have this whole section that's open for us. Hi, Hank Jr. Coming at this point, this looks like absolute chaos.
Yeah, it is that. It's not absolute chaos, you know?
When I look up there, though, you know, those dice are the site paths. It works. Look at it.
It does work. It looks
looks
good.
nice.
It looks good.
The big maps in this game, I love that.
Me too.
That doesn't bother me at all. Red Tyrant says, someone asked how everyone was doing. Red Tyrant says, doing well, enjoying this leisurely romp through Antarctica.
All right, let's play some hiking boots for 2.
Come on now.
+1 feats.
Halfway through our hike, you decided to
Yeah, I guess now's the time for the boots.
It's like Get Dumb and Dumber when he's got those 2 pairs of gloves. He's like, you have my extra gloves. My hands are getting sweaty. Like halfway through, you're like, you know what? I might protect my feet now.
Second action, I'm going to give myself +3 to this test.
Okay.
So I'm going to be at +4 on the climb the walls test.
Just don't fall down.
No,
on these
it's not
crystals.
even. Yeah, we're not even thinking about it. We're not even thinking how this could fail.
How many you have by?
4.
Nothing but faith here. -2.
Success. Let's record it.
Get that log out.
Needed those hiking boots to get up the wall.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you needed to really go for it, you could leave a location, come back to it, and get the bonus.
Yeah. Test 5 to climb up one of the crystalline walls. If you succeed and the supplies are covered, record miasmic crystal. That seems relevant.
It doesn't seem irrelevant. Now that would be the most compelling reason to maybe look at this thing.
I totally agree with that.
Because each location in this kind of a spot seems to have that sort of test on it.
It seems to have something fancy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I mean, we could find our way there, and I've got 1 action remaining.
We have the clues on board to get it.
Yeah.
You got a hunter coming at you too. Don't forget that guy.
Ooh, I need to move then. I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. I mean, it's not too bad, right? I could just kill it. You want to just kill it?
That's fine by me. I think it's good because this would also give you a bonus weakness if you were in this location.
Right on. Okay, let's stay here then. And then I'm just gonna test 6 to 5. I believe in that on the investigate.
I got a feeling.
I can go up 2. Or up by 1. Or up by 2 rather. Up by 2. Up by 2. Up by 2. I think that's gonna be worth it. I'm not gonna have this money for a while. I'm gonna drop a pilfer in for +1 more. Here comes the -2. Watch. Validate this decision.
It seems like anti-validation.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
it's about numbers, about percentages in your head.
Oddsometer.
Percentages. Success.
Okay. End of the round.
That's right.
Enemies do enemy things. No hunters on the table.
Yeah, it's completely wrong.
That enemy hunts, yeah. Sorry, no hunters that'll affect me. Oh, man.
We're taking one of the dogs.
All right, then the glacial phantasm will move to me at the end of the round. So it won't attack, but it will get this. Random weakness shuffled into this tiny stack of deck I have over here. All right. Then bad cards or money and resource.
Money and resource. Money and resource. Money and resource. Money and money. Card and resource, rather. All right, 1 doom on. Bad card to you.
Ancient Evils. Give me a doom.
Oh, we get a baddie.
Here's this.
Should have waited on the dynamite, right?
I think it worked.
Is it the last enemy?
It's the last enemy. Another glacial phantasm.
The old phantasm factory there.
All right.
Uh-oh. It's the one where I test my brain and fail by 8.
Yeah, not a big brain.
Don't have the higher ed. Wouldn't even spend it if I did. Nope.
So that's going to be a frost token.
Yeah.
Here you go.
-4. Failed by an amount that is absurd.
Oh, you also get one of these, by the way. Goes into your deck, because it's every connecting location.
From the skittering.
Chat's so helpful.
Got my Lord of the Rings TCG deck in here. It's been a while since I've actually put a deck in a Dragon Shield box. It's like, oh yeah.
I bought some of those classic cardboard storage containers this weekend. I don't have them yet. To put like all the Star Wars TCG cards we opened.
Let's get shuffled in?
Mm-hmm. And then have one for our Lord of the Rings. Because last time it was a little out of control.
It was a lot out of control, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool. This is going fine. It's fine, right?
I think it's totally fine.
What is this? Oh, I think it's supposed to be on my deck. Let me put it on the bottom. A little sleight of hand. Okay. Have we done it?
I think so,
It's all the bad stuff, isn't it?
All right, so here's my play. I'm going to punch this Glacial Phantasm. I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to use my ability to take a damage to heal 3 horror.
Yeah.
Healing 2 and get rid of panic.
Right.
The next round, I'm going to pop down. This thing will have hunted, so it'll be here. And then I'm going to murder that thing.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
So I'm going to make it happen.
Okay. I'm going to punch the skittering nonsense with my bullwhip. And then...
Crack that whip.
I might just keep poking at the cavern.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Nothing's really worth moving to here.
Plus, I need to clear these enemies out before you come out to play.
Yeah.
So I'm going to punch. I'm at 7 to 4. I'm ahead by 3. I don't want to fail. So I'm going to get ahead by 4.
It's 4. That's why you do it.
Yep. The math.
That's why you do it.
Victory display. Then I'll head downtown. Making my way downtown. I'm going to take a damage to heal 3 horror. I'm going to break my discipline. One of those horror is going to be my panic going away. And then the other 2 are going to be genuine.
Genuine?
You don't know who genuine is?
Okay.
Genuine.
Okay. I mean, I've got some ideas here. So first idea, let's kill the skittering nonsense. Currently at a 6. So let's take a 6 to a 2. So -4. 6 minus 4 is still 2. It's dead.
Here you go.
Trusty bullwhip done its job, and then I defeat it. I put something in my deck. Is that right?
That goes there.
Top of the thing. Let me get my Dragon Shield Classic Golds. I'm at kind of the point now where I don't want cards.
Been there.
Got everything out that I need. I don't want anything. Okay, so I've got 2 actions remaining. I'm gonna do something a little risky. Seems like the right call, right?
Totally.
Thanks for the support. Uh-huh. All right, first action, we're gonna overwrite the bullwhip with a magnifying glass. Or second action, but it's fast. So then second action, we're gonna test a 7 to a 5. And we got 7 to 5s all day over here. So I think that's where I'm at.
Keep poking it.
It's 1 success.
We like it.
And it's actually a lucky cigarette case. Take a horror, put this on the bottom of the deck.
I got you.
Thank you, cigarette case. There was ghosts in them smokes. And then third action, I'm gonna do that yet again.
Keep digging.
2 up.
4 clues is kind of our safety valve, right?
Yeah.
To resign.
Yeah. -2. Look at me being I'm being an old-fashioned seeker, man. You know, you don't get too caught up on this ability. It's great. It's good building ability, but
we're not in the building.
Sometimes
zone.
you just gotta sit there and get clues too. You gotta be able to do that.
All right. End of the round.
End of our investigator phase. Yeah.
So Hunter's gonna hunt. Seeping moves because there's nothing under it anymore.
Glacial has a kind of a hunting ability.
Yeah. Then it'll move here, and we're both gonna get one of these.
That just happens when it's around?
It's any connecting location. Yeah.
This is horrible.
Yeah. Then we ready. Get our money and our card.
Red Tyrant, you're right on. I like the mental image of Monterrey just holding 2 magnifying glasses like a double monocle Monopoly man. 1 for each eye.
All right.
Are you ready to fight?
Yeah, mostly. So I'm drawing my card. I got Burden of Destiny, and I can't flip my discipline over, but I can take a horror and a damage.
Are you dying?
No.
Oh, we've still got our friends. We've got plenty to Plenty of play here.
I've got my Arcane Initiate. I've got Dr. Amy Kinsler. I've also got my Talisman of Protection, which if something would be lethal, I can cancel 2 of it.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't feel like I'm dying. Okay. Then bad cards. Now this could be a dying situation. Polar Mirage. Attach the nearest location with at least 1 clue without a copy.
Snowdrifts.
After you discover or take control of 1 or more clues of the attached location, discard each non-weakness.
Fine.
It's fine.
Fine. Dark Aurora. Test 3 brain for each Blizzard token revealed, and then horror, etc. Not good. I'm too poor. I need my lone wolf. All right, 3 brain coming in. My brain stat of 1. I'm sure this is okay.
-2.
Okay.
And you get 1 of these for free if you fail.
I fail. I take 2 horror. Let's go. Let's just take it the hard way. And then I'll take one of these guys. Why, thank you. Very kind.
Yeah. Generous.
Very kind. That could have been bad. Could have been worse.
So here is a question. How much damage could you do in a single round?
None. 1, 2. So next turn I can do a lot more damage.
Okay.
Depending on how this all goes. Because once I get a second dog out, then I'm at 2 damage. A 2 damage attack. Third dog would be a 3 damage attack, of course.
Now, interestingly, next time this thing advances, it's actually going to advance.
Oh, that seems important.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have read over that risky, trusty bullwhip. What's up, Jason Chung? Just dropping in from London to say hi, guys. Happy bonking with the Dragon Pole.
What up, Jason?
Thank you.
So, some alternatives that I could do is I could move another location away to draw the enemies my direction. And let
Assuming
you
that I also move.
Just let you... What do you say?
Assuming that I also move,
yeah. Forget about that.
Which I might.
Or I can move to the location, and then I can double punch the Seeping Nightmare. This is not that bad. Now, if you wanted to move here and exhaust him, that would be really cool.
Like move there and evade?
Yeah, because we wouldn't get the weakness and he wouldn't do the damage. And then I just murder him next round. Or I can murder him. And this guy's left, but him on the board with this advancing makes me nervous.
Yeah. So like my play is basically move in, evade Glacial Phantasm, and then I could try to punch once on the Seeping Nightmare. That would save you 1 swing.
That would be great.
And then you can move, swing once Nightmare, swing once Phantasm.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everything's going to work out just fine.
Always does, right? They're both Eidolons, by the way. Someone's asking in chat, Josh.
Well, let's try the evade plan. What do you think?
Yeah. I like making sure this is off the table when that thing advances. I don't know why, but it just feels like that. It's like, if any of these are in play, die.
Wicked. All right, first action move. I've got to start there because otherwise I'd have to engage.
Yeah.
To engage.
You get free enemies.
For enemies? This Polar Mirage is bogus, man. Got a Mirage right
Look
there.
at my hand. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'll play my hand out, and then we'll clear it, and I'll be fine.
Second action, let's attempt to evade. I'm going to go and trigger field work, of course.
Yeah.
So we get +2.
Nice.
So now we've got 8 to 2.
Yeah. I have to, we won't miss anything.
Second action, we're going to evade, Big. No whammies, no baddies.
It's really not, even if you failed, you just take 1 and 1. As long as I kill the big guy. -1. Head by 5.
You gotta get them, they're going to be in there somewhere.
Yeah. All right, you
good. Succeeded.
By 2.
It's going to be a little cigarette case to get me a weakness here.
Yeah.
Buried Secrets. I've got to investigate and discard it, basically. And then until then, I can't move. But on one shroud, that's a fine problem. Okay, so I'm stuck here until I do this test. And then last action, let's try to do 1 damage.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the dog action for +1.
Let's go.
So a little Wolferton there. So 2 on a 3, and this guy has a 3 fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna dump 2 dogs in. 2 dog night.
Oh man, there go the doggies.
I've got one more too, even if you don't. So I'm at +2. Stat of 2, +1 for the active dog, so 5 to a 3.
And that includes your +2 on the. Oh, you use it on your evade. I got it.
Mm-hmm. Bada boom. These dogs can bite. 1 to our friend, the Sleeping Nightmare.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move down to meet you, and then I'm gonna use my Dragon Pole here. I'm ahead by 4.
Don't hurt me. Yeah, return. Unfortunately, Cookie died immediately.
Yeah, before, like in the plane crash.
Yeah.
Head by 4. Head by 3.
It's fine.
Got him. 2 damage.
Boom.
Then
Victory.
last action, I'll take the free punch here. I'm ahead by 3. Do I have to engage it to hit it? I do, right?
Do you?
I think so.
Yeah.
So
You can just not punch it because like it won't do anything to us this turn.
well, I've got the
the razor?
I've got a fine play. We'll play a
Now,
Spectre.
here- Yeah. Okay. It wouldn't ready. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. it's
Spectre Razor. It engages me, but it is exhausted. And then I'll be doing 3 damage of a hit. I'm coming in at 8 to its 4, so I'm ahead by 4.
Does that razor have value really?
It's a hood. Successful. 3 damage. Technically, it means you could also punch this
That's
out.
true. I could kill that thing.
If it comes down
It's
to
a
it.
4 stat though. The 4 stat stuff.
The biggest thing for me is like, I'm going to lose my hand here anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair.
presumably,
Me as well.
so that you
Okay,
can do
yeah.
stuff on your turn.
Okay, so we're done with that. All good here. So now we're gonna do any enemy things. Any hunters on the board? No.
Nope.
Everything's gonna ready.
If I took no damage or horde this round, I flip this over.
Draw a card. Gain a resource. I finally found my luck picks.
There they are.
Sometimes you play a different game, you know, depending on what you draw.
All right, and then
Up to the top of the round, this advances in a real way. This place is not what it seems. You feel as though you have trespassed somewhere ancient and terrible, and now its wrath is erupting all around you. This is the back of Agenda 7B, a foul air. Leading guest investigator must decide. You got to choose one. Add a frost token to the bag, or each investigator shuffles the top 2 cards of a technically deck into their deck. That's what I would do.
yeah.
Do you want to trade tomorrow's difficulties for today's?
Well, these are gonna stay on our deck till we draw them.
Don't worry, we will.
Yeah. I would rather have something that resolves and goes away than something that permanently makes our lives harder.
I guess that's ultimately the tension, isn't it?
Yeah. It's that time value of money I was talking about earlier.
Icy Depths. Agenda 8A, no tricks, just 6 tokens, and then it will advance. So we have 6 turns to boogie.
All right.
And then we get 2 bad cards.
Now, do we advance as soon as we defeat this stuff?
Yeah. It just says, if there are no Eidolon enemies in play, advance. So the moment that is true, it will advance. So we got time.
Well, if I defeat this thing, I have to be careful when I do that.
Yeah. Because, like, we're 1 clue short, like a bunch of putzes. But over the next 2 to 3 turns, I could probably get these 4, this 1, and get to the remnants for a test. Or we could check out Snowgraves with what we got in play right now. Like, get a clue off the thing and then go check it out. Could be important. I don't know. Bad card?
Yeah, start there.
At least I'm not at shelter
Polar Vortex.
8.
Attach your location. When you end your turn to the attached location, each card you control takes a direct damage. At the end of the round, discard it.
Cool. 0 visibility. Leave a location. Must spend an action.
Stacks on stacks.
Okay. All right, so we've got some time, so we could either just be cool and go. We could just kill the enemy and go away.
Yeah. You know that's not what we're doing.
Which is weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lame.
We both know that's not what's about to happen.
Yeah.
But realistically, that means we should probably evade this guy.
You know, anytime we do this in Arkham, it ends poorly.
We mess around.
Yeah.
Yeah, where?
I'm going to take this test.
Uh-huh.
Then it's probably wisest for me to take this test, move for 2, end of my turn. Ugh.
It just seems
horrible. It's horrible.
Can you investigate to get 1 clue, see what's here, and then I can decide whether to have us exit?
Yeah, it's basically if I want to ditch my hand, which I can do.
Well, we're about to exit. If it feels... So we have 6 turns, and there's 2 Ancient Evils left.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say we're going to hit 1 of those. We actually have 5 turns.
And we still got to get up top, right?
Up top.
We still got to... Oh, we don't. No, we just got to kill stuff. That's right.
I literally punch this, and we're off to the races. But on a single turn, I think you can investigate and check out the snow graves.
Yeah. So basically, take this test, investigate for 1 clue. No, it takes an additional action here. I have to spend an action. So it takes me 2 actions to move out. It takes me 1 action to do this. And so I will not have enough clues. That's where we are. We got bombed. But I've got a boogie because I don't want to take 1. I don't want to kill a dog and take 1 to me.
The direct damage to everything where you're at, too, means our allies get damaged.
Yeah, it's everything.
You want to just end it? How good do we feel about our performance here? I feel pretty good. We killed both the things.
It's begging us to go to Remnants of Lake Scant. Yep. It sure is. Really is wanting us to do that. We can do it too. We can do it.
Just not this turn.
Not this turn. Yeah. No. So
I mean, we have the time.
Can you evade the phantasm? Is that an adequate thing?
I mean, even if I can't, I just take a damage. Like I can try it 3 times.
Yeah, right. I can easily do it.
You just don't have the actions. That you
I don't have the actions, yeah. Okay.
Let me take a turn either way, and we'll see how it goes. You could also fail miserably, right?
Yeah. First action, let's Buried Secrets. Investigate a 1 to 1,000,000.
It's a big differential there.
But it's still scary because of these blizzard tokies. There is a way, we just have to add a we're not adding the blizzard token to the bag. Okay. It's gone. Let's go ahead and get a weakness with a cigarette case.
Like you do.
Like you do. Ooh. Wish I had that just a second ago. Okay, actually, we've opened up a line. Got quick thinking now. So second action, I can investigate here, drop the quick thinking, gain the action back, and then spend 2 to go to Snowgraves.
Interesting. Now, is that where you want to go, or do you want to go to that thing?
That's the question we've got to ask ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could just move over to the other thing. But the 5 is a beefy ask.
I'm at 7. It's not too bad.
All right.
It's not too bad. I mean, all I need is 1 from there, and then we need to drain the snowdrifts.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of got to get out of there and let these mirages and stuff get away. If this vortex needs to go away, the mirage, somebody needs to dump their hand, which I can get into. I'm not gonna have time to play the lockpicks.
Yeah, it's easier. Is your hand small yet? No.
I'm gonna play. Yeah. So.
See you, Stefan.
I think I'm just gonna move into the cavern, and hope that I don't get one of those shelter cards. And then I'm gonna play a dog. We're gonna shore up any weaknesses we have. Then I'm gonna gain these clues because I'm gonna be a boss about it. And then.
So if I do successfully evade on the first attempt, I can get a clue first to be the one to lose my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can move out of the way. I wouldn't even move. He's exhausted. So I would just grab 2 clues.
That seems good, right? That seems good.
And I have 3 chances, and if I fail, I just take the damage.
Okay. So I'm going to move out here into the turn. I'm going to gain a money from Monterrey's ability. And I'm going to test Foot's 2 to 6.
What are you testing, Foot?
0 visibility. Into my turn. Nailed it. It's gone. Okay.
GT Lime. Love this confidence.
Let's go.
I mean, the thing is, we can advance at any point by me punching this guy.
Maybe. I mean, there could be more enemies that come out. We don't know. You never know. You never know. It's Arkham.
Dude, I got the Dragon Pole now.
It's Arkham.
I got the Sixth Sense going on.
Over you.
Seeing dead people and stuff.
Etc. etc.
All right, I'm going to try to evade. Can you give me that bag?
People and stuff,
Bring on the tablets for more weaknesses. There we go. -1. 0 to 0. All right, let's see what happens.
Come on. Pull that 0 math in. Let's go. Oh, baby.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Baby.
It's a shame. Superstar would actually let me flip a broken discipline over. So if I had drawn that when I was on my,
Whew, that's a blessed turn.
All right.
Oddsometer was low on that.
Let's investigate.
Good start.
My Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at 4 to 1.
Aqua Blue, is this rigged?
I'll go ahead and add a card because it's going to go away.
If you've watched our other playthroughs, you'll know it's
5
not.
to 1.
You get a plus. Well, no. Is that the superstar? Hold on a second. It's a +2?
Yeah.
That doesn't trigger your Sixth Sense, does it? No, it doesn't.
No, but we'll take it.
Wow, look at you just dropping stars.
1 clue, and then it's this thing. After you discover or take control of clues here, discard each non-weakness card in your hand. Oh,
and discard Polar Mirage. Lost that scrying.
Dang.
Why is Arkham scrying?
We'll use Sixth Sense again.
Because it just got dunked on. Are you okay with the Polar Vortex hitting you for 1? Or you can move out right now.
What's it do?
1 to everything.
Don't want that.
Yeah, nope.
Let's move here.
You want to split the party?
That's going to leave, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll leave.
I mean, if I don't know.
What if I get a baddie dropped on me?
Fine.
It's definitely going to be one of those Shelter 8 cards, and we're going to get wrecked.
Oh,
roasted.
That's smart. I'm going to move here.
Oh, come on, man.
I'll come save you if I need to.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Are we done? Hunters, hunt. There are none. Everything ready.
That first Arkham stream of the pandemic, what were we using for the chaos bag that you were like disgusted by? They're talking about it, asking if we
It was disgusting.
I don't
remember what it was.
So that we know what we're drawing.
It was so bad.
Wasn't it like a baggie or something?
It was like
the cardboard.
It was like a baggie. Yeah. Oh, it was awful. No one should ever have to do that. Okay, draw a card, gain a money.
First world problem.
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Okay. Place one of my clues on my location.
Well, you can get it all the easier.
It's all right. It's 2 shroud. We got it.
So stay on low shroud locations. Okay. You got your money? You got your card?
Yeah, the weakness. That was my card.
Right. That's why it doesn't feel right. There's one of those there. What do you got?
Phantasmagoria. If there are no CP nightmares in play, there are not. Gain search.
Okay.
Another reason to kill those things. Ice Shaft, test 3 foot. For each frost token revealed, take a damage. If I fail, take 2 damage.
You've got a little play there, right? You got 3 on the board if you need it.
And cancels. 3 to 3. I fail by 1. So I just take 2 damage.
Okay.
Which I'm gonna ultimately heal.
Ooh, wee! That's scary. You're gonna heal that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, mostly.
Ancient Evils for me.
Do on. There's another one in that little stack too. So really, our clocks are ticking. Okay. Back to us.
Back in black.
So I'm probably going to get that clue.
Good start.
If I draw one of the bad tokens, I'll maybe snipe a clue from here without having to go there. How many are we at? 3.
All right, I got some ideas here. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. So, investigate. Easy.
Okay, cool.
Investigate again.
Yep.
Easy. Free move, free action.
Evade the enemy.
Evade the enemy. And then I still have one up.
Get a clue.
Get a clue. Yeah.
Then I get a clue. Move. Get a clue.
Yeah. And then Ancient Evils goes to 4. We get bad stuff, and it could be really bad, and we can't move. Then we get a clue or 2. We head to the Remnants. And then somebody kills this thing at some point. Yeah.
Now we got this. Remember that train scenario?
Yeah, that train was sick.
One of the most exhilarating experiences of my entire existence. I feel like we're setting up for a moment like that here, but unnecessarily.
Okay, here we go.
Just get the 2 clues. Let's start there.
First action?
Yeah.
Investigate. I have 5 cards in hand, plus 1 for higher education. I'm going to go to 9. 9 to 5. 9 to 5.
It's like a job.
Just working 9 to 5. That's right. -1. That's an easy clue. We're going to draw a weakness here. Maybe I don't even draw that.
I don't know that you do.
I don't think so.
I think you just let that cigarette
Although they
lie.
will sit here forever, right?
Yeah,
but it could drop a clue on my location.
We don't want damage or clues or anything weird going on here.
We don't. Nothing weird today. Not today.
We got a fine line here.
Second action, investigate again.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and start by giving myself +2.
That degree paying off.
Then I'm going to contribute quick thinking for another +1. So I'm at 10 to 5.
This really does determine whether or not I just walk in and punch that minion, doesn't it?
Big whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Plinko score, -2, succeed.
Oh my
And
goodness.
The additional action. So check this out. This is going to be some good compression here.
Isn't it funny? We're going to all do this to reveal this location.
It's going to be nothing.
And like on the hope that it's just something good.
It may well be nothing. All right, going to get the clue. We're going to get a free action. So technically we've only used 1 action. Hiking boots are going to fire off. After the last clue is discovered, move to a connecting location with at least 1 clue. So this is a free move.
We like the stock.
We're going to engage the Glacial Phantasm. We have 2 actions remaining.
This is known as action compression.
We're going to roll in with a field work for +2.
So much compression.
We're investigating 8 to 2.
There's a blur of things happening over there with Monterrey Jack. David Anderson says loving this right now. Yeah, me too. This is Arkham right here. Unnecessary risk and all the rewards.
Evaded. I'm going to go ahead and take a risk on the cigarette case to dump. All good. And then last action, we're just going to gain a clue. Well, we're going to investigate. I don't want to be presumptuous here.
Man, if I hadn't accidentally dropped that clue,
we'd be on our way to Money Town.
Yeah.
Of course. That's an acceptable time for a tentacle to happen. That was just free money right there. No whammies, no baddies.
Mine.
End of the turn, I'm 1 away, so I'm going to gain a money with Monterey's ability and pass it to you.
All right. Let's start with Dr. Amy Kinsler. 5-2 on the location I'm at. What could go wrong?
Nothing. Oh my gosh.
I almost did my discipline first.
Well, you absolutely should have, right?
Well, no.
Is there any reason you don't?
Because if I use 6th Sense, the +1 mental is relevant.
Right.
And if this failed, that was my next layer of defense.
Okay, good.
Otherwise...
You made a good decision, even though it was the wrong decision.
I don't bank on 3 superstars in 2 turns somehow. It's almost as unlikely as Palpatine returning. Okay.
Somehow.
Then I'll move here.
Yeah.
And we're at what? 2, 4, 5, 6.
Now, we could take a Blizzard, and I could have taken all 3 of those. No.
I am going to use 6th Sense, so the +1 will come in handy here.
I thought you were going to heal.
I don't think I need to.
If there's anything that gives you direct damage, I'm going to freak out.
If I die, so what? -1.
Famous last words in Arkham.
All right. And then... Oh, I succeeded. So I'm going to look at the top card of Investigator or the Encounter deck, and I can discard it. So I'm going to look at the top card of that deck in case it's Ancient Evils.
But if it isn't Ancient Evils, are you going to discard it?
Depends on if it would kill me or not. If it's not going to kill me, then I'll leave it.
A little insulation there. Man. Would it kill you?
No. Leave that.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I'll take another Ancient Evils and be happy with it. Done? We executed our turn, right?
We did.
Okay. Everything ready. There's no enemies that need to be managed, so everything's going to ready.
David Anderson. Tony Zeros, eat your heart out. I mean, all these superstars. The only way it could be better. Lily +2s.
Draw a card. Mm-hmm. Ooh. If it's my turn, lose an action. Otherwise, lose an action during my next turn. So I'm going to be -1 action. Our powers combined.
Captain Planet.
And I gain 1 money.
I did not draw a weakness, notably.
That's notable. Indeed. And then we go to the enemy phase. We're going to put 1 on, and then we're going to start with the cards. Over to you.
Dark Aurora. Test 3 brain. I'm at 4.
I'm surprised you didn't dump that one.
Well,
you Sanity to spare?
It is if it can't. Yeah, I do. I have Sanity. If it doesn't kill me, and it's not Ancient Evil, so I'm going to try to use her again and try to ditch an Ancient Evil.
Okay.
If you don't get it. So I'm ahead by 1. Half. I think it's just 2. So I'll fail.
Take 2.
Take 2 for it.
You're pushing the gas pretty hard here, bro. Ancient Evils.
I've got this Talisman of Protection, though, waiting to be used. All right.
So we presume there's nothing in the deck that adds a Doom at this point, right?
There should be no more Ancient Evils, yeah. Plus, if I use her, I can know what that card is.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of free to do that, right?
So I think I should go first to see if I can just see what's there. Because you could just punch him out for 1. Do you have the ability to punch for 1?
No, not reliably.
So I can investigate. We're at 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just need to get 1 clue. I can move to see what's there.
I think I have a better plan.
What's your plan?
I think I'm going to evade this thing, get a clue, and move into the camp.
And then I can punch it if we decide it's not worth waiting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem there is that I'm only on 2 actions. But luckily I have the exact answer to this.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Use that degree of yours. Show us what your mama paid for.
I'm going to play Pilfer for 4. It uses foot instead of book, and if I succeed, discover 2 additional. So it's not ideal, but it's going to get 2 for 1, which is just what we need.
Love that card.
Currently at a 6 because of my boots, and I'm at a 6 to a 1. I don't think we need to buff that at all, right? -1 takes me to 5, yeah. Let's pull for these penguins.
-3.
Success.
Picturing, it's like the penguins had the clues the whole time. Cleared.
Do I draw or not?
No.
Okay.
It only goes bad.
As far as I can tell, it does only go bad. That's right. Now I get a free hiking boots, so I can move into the remnants of Lake's camp for free.
I'll spend my clues for you. I spend 2.
Which means I have 1 action to do whatever test they throw at me.
You ready to see what we get?
Mm-hmm.
3 shrouds, 6 clues on this location.
You don't even need to put them there, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm not getting them.
Action, physical test.
Perfect.
To dig through the snow in search of supplies. If you succeed in the supplies recovered section of the campaign log, record wooden sledge.
4?
Mm-hmm. It's a test made for me.
Yeah. However, Fieldwork's going to fire for +2. I'm currently at 2. I can go to a 5.
May as well try. Right?
Right.
Do I see any reason not to try?
I don't.
I don't either. Let's go!
5 to 4.
It's a shame I'm not there.
Let's see if we can dig through the snow. I'm gonna have to send one of my sled dogs from hand at it. 5 to 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nothing else I can do here.
Josh wants to know if you took the attack opportunity from Pilfer.
Oh, right, because this thing's here. Oh, wait, it's coming with me. Oh, no. I was supposed to evade it and then pilfer, which is what I'm going to do.
But then you can't take this test.
Yeah, that's right. Let me try to evade it first. That was the plan.
Yeah.
We failed the plan.
Now,
but we know the test is there.
If you're willing, hold on.
It's evaded.
That's fine. I was gonna say if you're willing to take the attack of opportunity, he would be evaded here, so that I can move, try to take the test, and then punch at the very end of it.
I'm okay with that. You want to do that?
I think it's better to have him here.
If I can take 2 and 2 is what you're saying.
Well, you just take 1, right? Because you evade once. You pilfer.
Oh, it's only 1 and 1. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can take 1 and 1. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. So let's just say you didn't. Instead of taking this physical test, you took the evade test just now.
Sled dog back in.
There.
Funnily enough,
you give the sled dog
that
test
-1 would have passed the test.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now you've gone, right?
Yeah. Now we've gone.
So I'll move. You can give me the physical.
There you go. I'll send a dog your way.
Yeah, and I'm going to use overpower. So I'm going to go 7 to 4 ahead by 3.
You're at 4, 5, 6, 7. Woo! Come on now. Come on now. -2.
Successful. Record.
Boom.
Recovered. Wooden sledge. And I get to draw a card, which I am nervous about. I have to, right?
What's it say?
If successful, draw a card.
Yeah, it does.
Discard an asset I control. Fine. Can I discard stick to the plan?
That's the kind of question that we are happy to be asking.
I'll discard like something else if it matters, like the arcane initiate.
All right, put this away.
Yeah. And then
kill it.
The enemy's at 4, so I'll go ahead and try to punch it.
Kill it
for 7.
Yeah.
Head by 3. Head by 2. I might hurt you.
Head by 2 might hurt you.
But you evaded it though, right? You're not engaged with it?
Yeah, I'm not engaged.
So hold on, I can't punch it.
Oh yeah. Does it? That's right. Is that how that happens?
It's just hanging out, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't punch it.
Is that how that works for sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Right?
Yeah. I need 1 for Monterrey's ability.
So
we got the wooden maul.
I'll probably just heal instead of punching.
You don't have no spectral razors, do you? You can punch it apparently. It's not aloof. even if evaded. Yeah, we can dogpile.
Right, so let me get the Frosty token.
I think we failed on that many times in our playthroughs.
Got it. Yeah. So I'm at 7. It's at 4. I'm at -1. So I'm ahead by 2.
This ain't good. I mean, it's not awesome, but you're gonna pull that superstar.
Nailed it. All right. Enemy gone. What happens when we defeat all the enemies?
If there are no Eidolon enemies in play, Act 3B, The Last Breath. The last of the nightmarish creatures falls, its miasmatic body at once dissolving into inky prismatic liquid and dissipating into wisps of gray mist filled with screaming shapes. Then silence.
I like silence.
R1.
Resolution 1, you say?
We pushed our luck and we are rewarded.
In cruel, bitter silence, you and your remaining companions trudge onward. The sun drifts to the horizon but never sets. You've seen no sign of danger for hours, and yet you dare not tarry. Dread compels you on. Only when you are too tired to walk any longer do you finally stop to get your bearings and decide how to proceed. After all, is this even a research expedition any longer? In your campaign log, record the team defeated the hunting creatures.
I'll do it. Team defeated the hunting creatures. Where did I put my pen? Thank you. Cool.
Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. None.
Oh, yeah. Wait, does that imply that there is victory available?
Maybe at some of the locations, perhaps. Some of these outer edge locations. Each investigator earns 5 bonus experience as they have gained insight into the entities that dwell in Antarctica.
Bonus bucks.
In the expedition team section of the campaign log, record the amount of damage and horror on each partner asset in play. None.
0.
Clean up the game. You will not return to the snare for the remainder of the campaign. Proceed to Interlude 1, Restful Night.
Cool. This is clean. No funny business.
Okay. Restful Night is a beefy boy.
We got the beefers.
So I think we should start next time with that.
Yeah, that'll get us in the mood.
Yeah. Let's look.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like Delve Too Deep. Yeah, that makes sense. This would be a great one to delve too deep on, too. Just feels right, doesn't it?
Okay, so next time we'll return to the interlude. We have 5 experience to spend. So I know you've got a time limit you were dealing with, so we can do that next time if you want.
I'm also just kind of, I think it's pretty quick for me, to be honest.
Yeah. So I get my second discipline, which is awesome. Good. So I'm going to put a second copy of Burden of Destiny in, because that's how it works. And then let me see which discipline I'm working on. The one I wrote down was the book discipline. Dude, check this out. It's called, how do you say that word?
Quiescence, yeah.
Quiescence of thought. +1 book stat, action. If you have fewer than 5 cards in your hand, draw cards until there are 5 cards in your hand. Flip this asset over.
Oh, that's good.
And like, it's a stat I don't care about, so I'll break it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's literally like, go down to 0 cards,
and
action,
you just draw 5.
Woo!
Yep. Oh, your mama.
And then I had 2 leftover experience, right?
That's right. We remember that.
And we got 5, so I'm at 7. I'm going to spend 6 on Enchant Weapon.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'll see. I need to look at my deck list to see what I'm cutting.
You're off to the races now. I am going to add 2 level 2 deductions and a forewarned. So I kind of know how this is going. We're going deduction for calling in favors. And then the forewarned is going to be you handle that becomes a forewarned. That I know. It's amazing. The difference between a Faustian bargain opening and not is crazy. Didn't see one that turn.
That last game, right?
Yeah. That's essentially 5 to 10 resources that you kind of count on. And I felt a little under. Also, this map is just hard to keep moving, like that one in particular. But that's the thing about it, is like you can't always be maximizing. I think it'd be very tempting to play Monterrey in a way that you're always trying to hit that ability, but then you're actually just wasting time.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I think it was it 2 of the investigators I played, you either investigated for free or moved for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think it was Trish was one of them, right?
There was the
Pre-investigate when you
Explorer. Ursula was one of them too.
And it was like, if you try to do it too much, you end up doing things that you really shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Just
it's like a fancy
in
way
the
to waste
spirit
time.
of doing that thing, yeah. Bizarre. So yeah, I'm gonna look at my deck. I need to consult my compendium, my deck list to make this change. But
all right, I got double deduction now. So this is kind of the point of what I'm up to. You really want lockpicks is really kind of your central piece. And the whole goal is you've got your cigarette case, you've got your deduction, you've got your lockpicks, you've got your quick thinking. And like the deck really wants to roll into a location, drop like a quick thinking deduction, have the cigarette case in tow. You're testing at like a 10 to 11 with lockpicks. So you gain an extra card, you gain 3 clues, you gain an extra action. The compression on those kinds of turns is really what this Jack deck is built around. So
you could see at the end there, your deck was, you did like a thing that got you a free move, and then the move got you a +2 and a card.
Yeah.
And like it was just like 7 things happened all at once.
That's kind of how you want to feel, right?
That's usually a good Arkham sign.
That's a good Arkham deck. Okay, well, hey, thank you guys for joining us. We'll zoom out here.
Yep. So next week
We'll get the air horn next week.
Next week we'll probably be doing champions, and then we'll be back to this campaign the week after that, and we'll keep doing that through Edge of the Earth. And then for the first time ever, we'll see how quickly we get through it, but we may well be fully caught up. We've been playing since the beginning of the pandemic. We've always been playing.
That'll be the last scenario. Like
We played through
right.
every campaign at that point, and a lot of the side scenarios.
Cool. That's cool.
Which is a cool place to be.
And it's worth noting too on this Monterrey deck, I'm trying to not play Pathfinder. That's my goal. The idea is you got 2 dogs out, you got Pathfinder basically, but with benefits, with dog benefits basically, you get health and sanity soak, and you get the free 2 move. So that's my hope, is that it's going to be worth it. And I think it will. I want to see what the next map brings, because it feels like if it's even bigger, dogs may be more important than ever.
Yeah, well, the bigger, particularly without this tax.
Yeah.
Of like clues to get in.
Very true. Maybe, unless they're all like that, could be.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the tax of the Arctic. It's just always hard. I don't know. That's the kind of thing I could think about.
I feel like it would feel that way even with just the treachery cards we were getting.
Yeah.
The clues made it even more the case, but like even this one, a lot of locations were already revealed that we were going to, and it still felt like it was like difficult to move around.
It's a slog.
Which is cool.
It's cool so far. I dig this one. So far, I really dig it. Okay, get all my permanents, and great. So we've been using the Edge of the Earth soon-to-be-released product line this playthrough. Just got the final copies of the old...
I don't know if you can see the shimmer.
Can't see it at all, no.
Apparently, from the top down, people were saying you could really see it.
Okay, see, I think because YouTube's crushing the brightness, so maybe you can see it. Got that, and then the Doom Clue Pack that's going to be released as well, help people get more clue tokens to satisfy these bigger maps, and then also some sick custom Doom tokens as well. We hope you'll join us next time. When is it? 2 weeks from now?
That's right.
All right, and hope for not terrible weather this week so that we can
continue to live our lives.
Take care, guys. Good to see you.